San Andreas wasn't just another Grand Theft Auto video game. It was a game that anyone with even a bit of curiosity into video games was talking about, or at least playing. It was one of those rare zeitgeist games that pushed all the way into the mainstream. Before it feels like we have one of them every year now, because this was back when a lot of people hadn't grown up with video games yet, so they still thought they were for children. Some people still say this, but they'll eventually die off.
Man, are you a buster?
Nah, I'm down, homie.
After 2 back-to-back smash hits in the third dimension, it seemed like Rockstar could do no wrong. And well, that would remain the case with every game they put out going forward. Even Rockstar Table Tennis, that game was brilliant. The first couple of 2D offerings sold a few million each, but GTA dwarfed them when it went into the third dimension. And then by the time we got to the topic of today's video, GTA was a certified seller. This was one of the first games I ever remember people lining up to buy, back when we had several game shops in our hometown. A couple of chains and some local ones. Anyone out there ever remember GameStation? This was 2004, the PS2 being out for a while now, and it withstood Microsoft entering the console wars. And by this point Nintendo's GameCube wasn't even a competitor. I mean, just look at the fact it lost a bunch of third-party exclusives within a year or so, with Resident Evil 4 being the major example. A game that I'm going to get to very soon. Oh, and there was the Dreamcast. Lol, I joke. That thing was already dead and buried. But it's just staggering looking back at the PS2 GTA trilogy and seeing how quickly these games came out. Sure, 3 was almost a proof of concept. Then Vice City improved a bunch of the basics and added a few things like bikes and helicopters. But man, San Andreas was such a leap, even from Vice City. When I cover the city and mechanics, I'll dive much deeper into this. But there was just more of everything here, and it wasn't watered down either. This is a top quality video game. San Andreas is around 4 or 5 times bigger than Vice City, and that was already bigger and more detailed than GTA 3. When I say the devs were cooking with this one, I'm probably underestimating it.
Smells good.
This was helped by the fact that around this time, Rockstar retained a bunch of staff, meaning the team only worked better with each other from game to game, as they had a bunch of experience from 3 and Vice City. So yeah, this meant the team was a real unit by the time this game came out. And everyone had learned so much about working on open world sandbox games over the past decade or so by the time San Andreas came out. Now I can't not mention that reports came out in the years and decades after this game launched. Like, crunch in this era was insane, with some devs working 17-hour days. But back in the early 3D era of game dev, unfortunately this wasn't all too uncommon. And San Andreas started development the same month that Vice City came out, so nobody had real time off. But you don't get games of this quality dropping as often as they used to, without hundreds, or probably thousands of man hours poured into them, at a wild rate too. True art is normally a work of passion, and just doesn't manifest in a 9-to-5 environment. But saying that, it's quite clear this became a real issue around the time of San Andreas, and looks like one of the main reasons GTA 6 has been in development for so long.
I say it's time we went down there and made it official.
Well, that and GTA Online just prints money. But all the team's hard work and man hours poured into San Andreas really showed. Vice City could be seen as merely an improvement or a reskin upon GTA 3, but San Andreas was a true next step for the franchise.
Put Grove Street on the map for good. For life.
This would also explain why it took 2 years to develop, rather than just 1. Like, just think about it. A game like this was made in just 2 years. The PS2 era was something else, and with this extra year, the devs really got to innovate, rather than just build upon foundations they'd already laid. But with the level of success Rockstar was having with GTA, controversy was sure to follow. Some warranted, but most of it really wasn't. With a lot of older people just going, look at this new form of media, let's shit on it, because it was capturing a new generation and they just couldn't understand it. But with every generation, there's always going to be some old folks shouting at the clouds.
Shut up!
It seemed like GTA sneaked past the goalie for a while, but Vice City started to stir the hornet's nest with some of its missions, and depictions of gang culture.
This is no time for joking! Come on!
So thanks to the juggernaut that San Andreas became, this meant everyone was trying to get a piece of the action. Now for the layman, this would be easy for an old politician or cranky reporter to shoot on, with some calling this a gangland killing simulator, or however they spun it. Because unlike a sci-fi game or one that took place in a fantasy world, for many this looked like the world outside. And San Andreas was probably one of the most realistic games out there to this point, with this game taking place in the early 1990s on the west coast of America, in and around the fictional Los Angeles, Los Santos. Some of what was being depicted in this game was a little too real for those that had only really played Super Mario, or even Pong.
Man, that's some good shit.
Now, I've never met parents that were that strict, as bloody well everyone, friend or not, was playing this game, with all the cheats scribbled onto a bit of paper stuffed into the box as well. And it felt like everyone had a unique story to tell after playing the game late into the night. It was a lot easier to bullshit each other back then as well, with internet access still being at a premium. You know, back when you couldn't make or receive a landline call if someone was surfing the web.
Where'd you get that from?
Busby sent it down the line, didn't he?
Unless you traded memory cards, a bunch of these tales really couldn't be debunked, and there wasn't trophy or achievements to prove what you'd done either. So when that whole hot coffee scandal happened, for a bit I thought it was just another thing that someone had made up in school. Because it always felt like there was one person that wanted to be that person that found a secret or a mystery first, with Bigfoot being one of them out in the countryside, something that Rockstar would eventually add to a later game.
You eat babies. You have to survive. Everyone knows that. Ain't your fault.
We eat berries and mushrooms, you fool!
Now don't get me wrong, Manhunt came out before San Andreas, so Rockstar were well and truly on many people's watch list. But Hot Coffee was something different entirely. Basically in San Andreas, CJ can pick up a few girlfriends along the way.
Hey there.
Hey there, girl.
And after going on a couple of dates, he'll score. But there's one later in the game that likes to take everything a little further.
Oh, Benny, you minx.
And so the devs basically thought to put in a sex minigame. Because yeah, that was a good idea. Now this never made it to the launch game properly, as it was locked off before the game was shipped. But once this came to PC players are going to do what they always do. Find that hidden code and show the internet. So yeah, this spread like wildfire, and it forced Rockstar's hand to patch it out completely. And by patch, I mean they printed new discs, because you couldn't patch a PS2 game back in the day.
The Federal Trade Commission should investigate the publication of the video game Grand Theft Auto San Andreas to determine if the publisher intentionally deceived the Entertainment Software Ratings Board to avoid an adults-only rating.
If this didn't get ripped out, then this game wouldn't be able to ship in certain countries. Like Australia, they love censoring media.
Gentlemen, this is Democracy Manifest.
And it also meant this game would get a pornographic rating, which is one higher than 18 in the UK, or higher than R in the United States. This all before the ESRB took over anyway. The controversy didn't finish there though, because in the Definitive Edition trilogy, data miners found the code. How this got by anyone I don't know, but it's probably due to the fact that Grove Street Games used AI to upscale a lot of these games. Sometimes you just need the human touch, eh?
You've been a naughty girl.
Oh, I know.
So as I've done with the previous games, I'm going to take a look back at this one in a pseudo-retrospective type way, recounting what it was like to get the platinum, and well, spoilers for out. Anyway, if you want to help a lad out, then why not drop me a like or a sub, or even comment, that helps too. I'm Ben Roy and join me as I take a deep dive into the game that was the biggest game in the world for a long time. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. The list consists of 16 bronze trophies, 12 silver trophies, and 4 gold trophies, which weirdly enough is less than the PS2 classic port of Vice City, even though this is a much larger game. So thankfully San Andreas is nowhere near the sheer level of grind that game was. For the most part, the classic version of this game has a relatively chilled list. In the process of writing this script, I took a look at the Definitive Edition list, and that one is just insane. And honestly, I'd expect something like this for the PS4 port, but no. So a lot of stuff is skipped over the version I played. Like for example, you don't need to get 100% completion. Thank God. So for the most part, it means I can ignore the collectibles in this game, with only CJ really having to hunt for a couple of cars. The vehicle side mission based trophies return of course, which by this point if you've played the prior two, you know what you're doing. These should be done as soon as possible to reap the benefits, and avoid any hassle later. And thankfully there are only 2 trophies in this version of San Andreas that are missable, and they are quite funny ones to be fair, with the player actually having to fail a mission. And not skip the end credits once the story is complete. Weird inclusion, but it's something different I guess. However, I can imagine getting 100% completion in the Definitive Edition being a pain in the arse. What with this game having missable missions, and even an entire mission questline. I say this because when going back to the game for the retrospective, I missed architectural espionage, which then eventually leads to a date with a girl that, you know, likes some hot coffee.
Oh, hi, Benny. Yes, Master. I'm just trying it on.
And a heist. If you missed this in the Definitive Edition, you're fucked. But in this port, you can just skip it over. And I don't think I've done this since I played this game on the PS2. I definitely missed it when I played it again in 2023. But thank Christ I had my old saves from back then, so I managed to go back and replay these missions for the footage. Because if I'm being honest, I wasn't going to go back and play this game again for these missions. So there's a lesson for you. Always keep your old saves.
Everybody take cover! Oh shit! Where do I go? Where do I go?
Fire in the hold!
Okay, people, load up the cash!
There are fewer trophies than ever tied to actually beating the game, or even interacting with the story, but there are some here as benchmarks throughout, as CJ makes his way around San Andreas. And simply playing the game should earn CJ maximum respect too. But as this game is so much bigger than any GTA game that had launched by then, there's a hell of a lot of side activities to be getting on with. Like going to the gym and getting jacked, then going shopping for a new outfit.
He's been to Clucking Bell.
to attract the opposite sex, and also getting some fresh ink. The sex appeal trophy can feel a bit nebulous though. Much like the settlement trophy in Fallout 4, you just find yourself waiting for it to tick over to 100%, but it should eventually pop with the right haircut and some fresh threads. Though just thinking about it, GTA games have gone on to allow the player to customize the character in certain degrees, before and after this, but none ever let them get shredded, or fat as fuck. This plays into certain aspects of San Andreas, but after the first couple of missions, I always tend to just get CJ jacked and then never go back to the gym. He might lose some mass, but nothing too crazy, and it means you don't have to worry about what you eat, in this digital world anyway.
Munch your way to bliss, sir.
Other trophies are here to highlight new and existing mechanics, because we all need to visit the pay and spray at least once, to lose a little heat now and then. CJ's got to take some time out of his busy schedule to play some pool, gamble on the horses, and even play some craps at the casino. Getting stealth kills is now a thing too, thanks to them being refined in Manhunt. So is the ability to get some hot coffee, but without the minigame attached.
Spit it out, filthy worm.
You'll never break me.
This is really just scratching the surface in terms of new content in GTA, as really there's endless tasks and jobs to accomplish.
You hit me, fool!
Moving out of CJ's mum's house and getting a train between cities will pop a trophy as well. But CJ always bleeds green though, so he'll end up back in the Grove soon enough. So capturing 30 rival gang territories is essential. This should help to rack up 4,000 kills, and probably play into getting busted 50 times. And of course you've got to grab that 6-star wanted level, because we all need a little rampage now and then. There are 2 trophies I didn't get until I was almost done with San Andreas. These were Bike or Biker and Beat the Cock. Look, I was barely a Tony Hawk fan back in the day, so I certainly wasn't a fan of using the BMX in this game. This comes down to a matter of taste, but I avoid using the BMX whenever possible, even if I didn't mind it during the marathon.
Ow!
Oh, and finally they added swimming to GTA, but you've got to drown CJ for a trophy. I see what you did there, Rockstar.
You might be lucky enough to find a feather.
When it comes to Rockstar's past games, they were never shy to show off what might influence them. But in San Andreas, this was off the chart, to the point I'll never be able to list all the influences. LA or, well, Los Santos was the setting, but the culture and the people surrounding it was the anchor. This game goes from Boys in the Hood, to Bullet, Con Air, Casino, and then right back around to something you might have seen in a music video back in the day.
You please leave yourself alone.
The devs even dug deeper than pop culture this time, with them getting boots on the ground and going to the places they wanted to recreate. They consulted with Estevan Oriol, a photographer of Cholo culture in LA. DJ Poe is also a crucial source of reference for the devs, as he clued them up on LA and his culture. They also spoke to Mr. Cartoon, a highly renowned tattoo artist in LA, because CJ, like many of us, he's tied to where he comes from, in one way or another. So sure, even after all his adventures around the 3 major cities, he'll eventually be pulled back to Grove Street, where it all started for him. Carlo's New Jack City and Menace to Society are all noted as being big reference points for the devs, and they help guide the story along. All to make the hood sections feel a little less, well, you know, Hollywood. That doesn't mean the devs don't have fun with the setting of the characters though, because they definitely do. There is the Green Saber from Menace to Society, which comes around the game in a major way.
That's the motherfucking Green Saber.
The gang wars between the Bloods and the Crips was a real world event that the devs drew from, and you don't need to look much further than the Ballers versus Grove Street for this.
Yeah, Ballers turf. You dogs ready?
The drug epidemic of the time, which was started around the 80s by who knows, even gets a spotlight here.
Just a little bit of party. I heard you was down.
And the sheer impact it had on the communities around the hood. And then you've got the LA riots from the early 90s, which was used as the climax for this game. They explode across Los Santos and don't end until Tenpenny's been put down. In a sense, CJ gets justice for all the corruption that took place, and a happier ending than the real-life events. Rockstar fused rampant scandals and the Rodney King arrests, where the officers were accused of beating him, to really make their main antagonist a piece of work.
Sick motherfucker. Intimidate those who intimidate others, Carl. It's my job.
Samuel L. Jackson's performance as Tenpenny is second to none in this game. I'm not even going to attribute my massive fandom towards him. He just plays a corrupt arsehole so goddamn well. When San Andreas came out, Jackson was just entering the peak of his stardom.
I have had it with these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane.
With him coming off Star Wars, killing it in Tarantino films past and yet to come, and oh yeah, he plays a guy in an eye patch too. Everyone knows who he is in some form or another. He's got endless credits and he's been in generations of movies now. Samuel L. Jackson is one of the coolest motherfuckers out there, to the point he even got his own color of lightsaber.
Good guys are green and blue, bad guys are red. That's just the way it works.
No purple left?
You might get purple.
though Samuel Jackson was one of the only big name actors to show up in San Andreas. What if Rockstar wanted to avoid the big names this time around, after Ray Liotta and Burt Reynolds caused so much hassle? Let's just say there are a few problems when recording. This actually helps San Andreas feel more real though, if you ask me anyway, given the sense that the people playing these characters actually come from the fictional streets, and in some cases they do, though there are a few names sprinkled in here and there, and even a few returning faces, so I'll give them a shout out when their time comes around.
I got a pal, Rosie. He's got some casino gig going down in Venturas. Sweet.
Some big name musicians and rappers also make an appearance, with CJ being played by Young Melee, though his music career has always been overshadowed by this game. And listen, I'm a fan of rap from both coasts, but I'm not an expert by a long shot. I love all the popular artists, and I'll never forget about Dre, but if I say Eminem was my gateway into this world, well you know what type of fan I am. So I'm not going to list every artist that shows up, because I wouldn't do him justice. The rapper also does a great job at portraying CJ, what of him really nailing someone that's coming back home. Unlike GTA 3 where Claude was mute, and then Vice City where Tommy Vercetti was thrown into a new situation. Everything's familiar for the character, so CJ's got to do a lot of work to introduce the player into the world. And then getting back to Grove Street, it's almost as if CJ's never left.
Respect has to be earned, sweet, just like money.
So what you saying? You don't respect me?
What I'm saying is,
Speak up, nigga.
I'm hungry.
Oh, man, shit.
What if it wasn't for his brother Sweet mentioning it like every cutscene?
That's another funeral you ran away from, fool. Just like Brian's.
Hey, she was my mama too.
Not for the past 5 years she wasn't, nigga.
And a few of his mates being a bit different now, with Ryder being a bit of aloof for a lot of the game, and Big Smoke's moved out the Grove.
Think I'm Mr. Big or something.
Scenes with CJ, his brother and his sister just come across so natural, and they'll help ground this world before it gets a little serious.
Let me guess, sweet. Senseless killing right, but a boyfriend from the south side wrong?
Some things ain't just meant to happen. I mean, what if y'all have kids? Leroy Hernandez? That don't sound good, girl.
His name ain't Hernandez.
Well, Leroy Lopez
or
then.
Lopez either, you racist f***. That ain't how moms raised us.
I ain't racist, I just know how they feel about you.
And they're a little bit silly. And I've honestly got to say, none of the characters that show up in San Andreas really feel like stereotypes.
The new age begins here.
Say what?
Sure, you can draw elements from what you've seen in films before, or even a music video or two, but Dan Hazler and his team went above and beyond to really make this world feel real. There's some great writing here and it's really rewarding if you pay attention, rather than, just going around shooting your way through each mission, and then doing a couple of rampages afterwards. It seems like after the blowback they got with the Haitians in Vice City, Rockstar really upped their game.
Come in, my dear, and rest your soul. You must be the big bad man my granddaddy been chatting about.
To the point where I think the rednecks out in the countryside are the ones really only stereotyped, but you've got to have one.
I'm a-fixin' to give you a whooping for what you gone and done to my young'uns.
Even the triads later on get more of a character to them, and Woozie's a real standout in this game.
Ah, we're here. This way. Strange, this gate is usually locked.
Oh, man. Woozie.
What's got you so spooked? Oh, sorry. Didn't see you lying down there.
He's dead. They all are.
Coming back to San Andreas, I forgot how funny he was, and I like him a lot more now. Though this game isn't perfect, and I'll point out some of the, plot holes that come up later on, because a certain character just kinda disappears from the plot.
Can't stop me.
As for the story though, CJ returns to San Andreas after 5 years, as he's being called home because his mum is dead. It really feels like every game was pulling from Liberty City back then. Return to San Andreas isn't simple though, as Tenpenny's gonna be there to put him under his thumb.
Welcome home, Carl. Glad to be back. You haven't forgotten about us, have you, boy?
Hell no, Officer Tenpenny. I was just wondering what took y'all so long.
From here, the game will focus on re-establishing Grove Street and rekindle what the brothers used to have. Even if CJ thinks it might be time to move on in some way, Sweet just won't let it go. And then there's Smoke and Ryder that just seem to be going with the flow.
The gang is real important, CJ, you know that. You down to represent, baby?
Rockstar are yet again dropping a character into a situation and letting the player roll with it, but each time they manage to do it a little bit differently. Look, when I was playing this game back in the day, I never expected the betrayal, and then to end up outside of Los Santos for like half the game. And this is where it feels like San Andreas really has 3 major parts, because once CJ's picked himself back up in the countryside, he'll start building something new in San Fierro.
Man, I can't believe I ain't been here before.
There ain't a better place to escape the man.
And from here he'll start making new ties with the triads, and a mysterious G-Man. No, not that one. Half-Life 3 when?
Now shut up and let's go.
Then making it across the desert, Las Venturas is where CJ is going to build up all his strength to go back to Los Santos.
You know what? I'm getting bored here. I'm trying to do business, not audition midgets.
People of reduced stature, you mean?
Yeah, I said that.
And from here it feels like every minor and major character that isn't trying to kill CJ helps him take back Grove Street. But before settling back down, there'll be some unfinished business, because CJ can't let Big Smoke or Tenpenny get away with this. So as the riot spread across Los Santos, Big Smoke's drug empire crumbles, and Tenpenny has a traffic collision. With those two and all their associates finally dealt with, it'll be time for the family and the ragtag bunch of characters to start a new day.
Carl, where are you off to now?
Finna hit the block. See what's happening.
By the time San Andreas had released, the first wave of GTA clones had already made it to market, with them vastly ranging in quality, though this was to be expected after Doom essentially opened the doors to FPS games. So what would Rockstar do to make their new game stand out from the rest?
What the?
Ah, bad luck.
Sure, this was GTA on the opposite coast, so LA as a setting was something new, but nah, it just wasn't enough. The crazy lads over at Rockstar went and built 3 major cities, totally not San Francisco, and that definitely isn't Las Vegas. Los Santos, San Fierro and Las Venturas all make Liberty City feel like a tech demo. And bear in mind this game only came out 3 years later. One of my major complaints about San Andreas is there's a little bit too much open space between cities. I say this in retrospect now because back in the day everyone was blown away by the scale of this game. And there's more open space in San Andreas than there was landmass in both GTA 3 and Vice City. I guess this was a prelude for games to come, what with Red Dead Redemption 1 and 2 being mostly made up of outdoor areas. But by then it felt like Rockstar had a better grasp of how to craft an open landmass. I'm probably on an island myself here. That or the fact I was mostly playing missions for this video, because driving to each one would become a little tiresome after a while. And more often than not, I swear missions would leave CJ in the middle of bumfuck nowhere.
Was it too much to ask to get a lift into town?
But as I say this, I can see this being the dev's way to encourage the player to explore other areas, rather than just barreling through the story missions. Because hell, there are so many small towns and settlements throughout this game, and there are totally abandoned areas to explore too, many of which never even feature in a mission, and are just here for world design. Remember when GTA 3 had like one street and a tower block to represent the suburbs of New Jersey? Rockstar had come so far in just a couple of years. Playing these games back to back, it's also clear to me now just how much progress they made in the graphics department. Because when you're in the middle of it, you don't notice it as much, but once you play them back to back, you can really see the difference. For some reason, I always felt these 3 games looked the same, but no, San Andreas is a proper step up.
Cap your ass and your ass. You want some too? Ice cold, baby. I knew I was the chosen one!
Making the renderware engine almost unrecognisable from the GTA 3 days. There are so many layers of detail that would have seemed unimaginable in that first 3D game. From the textures on the buildings, the wide array of vehicles on offer, and foliage, which has been upgraded from just 2D sprites stuck together. And as I've mentioned, the character models are on a whole nother level now. They're all more complex than ever.
Put Grove Street on the map for good. For life.
Now there is a tier system to this, because the main characters look far better than just the ones on the street. And it's laughable when you see the Grove Street soldiers up against the main cast. Body types are also more distinct now as well. So are walking animations to make NPCs feel more varied.
CJ, strap up! It's Grove Street!
Rockstar didn't just pick 3 random cities to set their juggernaut of a game in either, as the 3 cities they picked were so unique from one another, really making them stand out and feel like different parts of the game. And you can't copy and paste elements from one city to another either, which in turn meant more work for the devs, but it really shows. As Los Santos is emulating Los Angeles, it seemingly stretches for miles. This is the biggest city in GTA history to this point. With its vast grid-like structure, you'd think this place would be hard to learn, but no, it really isn't.
What's your plans, big gangster?
But with missions gradually guiding the player to new sections, if they choose to take them as they come anyway, because a lot of players just went on rampages. Missions were sometimes an afterthought for people that bought this game. Each neighbourhood feels distinct from the last, as CJ ventures out from Grove Street. Crossing the tracks changes the environment fast, hence, you know, the other side of the tracks being an actual thing. Split up into districts, everything you'd expect from the real place is being condensed down into a pretty coherent rendition of LA. Going north from Grove Street will soon find CJ in the Vinewood Hills, and seemingly behind enemy lines. Then passing the hills, the map shifts pretty quickly. Now it's almost redneck country. You'd think this would feel a bit abrupt, but it really doesn't. Passing this game's Beverly Hills, Santa Mara Beach, which would be Santa Monica in the real world, borders the coast, with its distinctive pier creeping out into the ocean. And of course, all around the middle are residential and commercial areas. This all really leaves the residential areas feeling like an afterthought, and not by the devs, but by those who built this city. Driving through them, it really gives some sort of sense that the locals are stuck in a sinkhole. As on one side they have the elites up in the hills, and on another side towering corporate buildings. There's also the ocean that borders the third side, and down the bottom is the industrial section. That and all the highways seemingly float above the hood, as a means to basically avoid these rundown areas. After being forced to leave Los Santos, this is the player's first real taste of massive open areas. The wilderness just seems to stretch out forever, with there being few if any settlements scattered about, and as much as I dreaded having to drive through them so much through the middle of the game, I can't help but recognise how much work was put into them. Sure, not all the areas feel like they formed naturally, but this is a game after all.
Oh my god, I'm gonna die!
The devs made these areas fun at least, so at least San Andreas has that element still going for it.
I like my men fat!
And it's so hard not to know that these areas are ground zeros for many of this game's mysteries. Like the whole Bigfoot rumour, alien sightings, and whatever else kids would bring to school the next day. Hell, wasn't even there a rumour about CJ's mum being a ghost in this game? Even though that was in CJ's house, not the woods. To be fair, each GTA game after this had its fair share of rumours anyway, before it became a whole business to farm them on the internet, to the point that people are debating aspects of GTA 5 to this day. At least Rockstar paid some of these off with Red Dead Redemption Undead Nightmare, even if it was quite depressing.
Driving a straight line, boy.
San Fierro is where I get to say again that I've actually been to this real place. Well, not the fictional one, but the real place, San Francisco. Because walking around San Fierro, you're not hassled by homeless like every 5 minutes, or have to avoid human shit on the sidewalk.
So easy.
Honestly, it's a real shame that city has fallen into a doom loop. But as for the version in San Andreas, it's a welcome mix-up after the tens of hours spent in Los Santos, and all the surrounding rural regions. Just the layout of this city makes it feel like a new game. Sure, it's still in grids, but there's a lot more steep hills in this place. Driving up and down the sharp hills almost feels like you're surfing in the car, and kinda like you're recreating scenes from Bullet. This also makes for a challenge when you're trying to ace the driving school.
Kill me.
And it's at this point where you notice the game's weather is different in almost every location, because the devs didn't just go with one weather system fits all. No, each city has its own microclimate, and it's a fairly decent representation of what it's like in the real places. So San Fierro is going to be cooler, and more influenced by the bay, whilst Los Santos feels like a concrete desert.
You even got a license? Huh? GTA motherfucker! Oh, yeah! 10 points!
The lighting also hits different too, making each region truly unique, as each skybox lights up differently just to be the cherry on the top. I still remember driving over this game's version of the Golden Gate Bridge, and thinking to myself one day I'll eventually see it in person. And that bridge didn't disappoint, it gave me a real sense of vertigo. Heading to Las Venturas, the vegetation dissipates as it gives away to a barren desert, because deserts and canyons surround this gambling hub, and they make up for their fair share of interesting mission settings. The last stop before the homecoming to Los Santos, Las Venturas really gives off that Vegas vibe. Now, I've not been to Sin City yet, but I've seen it in countless movies. And I know it's not the same as real life, but the devs made it believable enough for someone like me.
Well, Viva Las Vegas.
And probably most players of this game that would never go to Vegas. CSI was a staple in my home back in the day, and who doesn't love casino? So I feel like I'm fairly familiar with Vegas on film and TV. Everything is centered around the Strip, because of course, this is the main artery that connects everything. There is a highway that circles around the city if you want to avoid it, but I normally just go straight through, because you know, I want to see the city. And out of all the cities, I think this location gets the least amount of time. What with the game having to wrap up at some point? Oh my god, this is a long game.
I need a favor, Carl. Thought I could cash in some karma chips.
But that doesn't mean this place is an afterthought, as there's so much detail in this third city, with its sprawling casinos, restaurants, and suburbs just off the side.
I need some punishment.
But more often than not, a lot of the missions here feel like they take place outside the city. I don't know, maybe they don't, but it just felt like I was always leaving Las Venturas. It's a shame that Las Venturas and San Fierro never made it into GTA 5. Hopefully they get to return to the inevitable GTA world that comes out one day though. But back in the PS2 era, the sheer amount on offer here was just unprecedented. And somehow it all fit onto a PS2 disc, with no loading times after the game booted up. GTA 3 and Vice City both had loading times between islands, and those games are tiny in comparison. I might have my gripes with the size of this game from time to time, but I can't deny the game's map design is a technical feat in itself.
Yeah, they heard Carl Johnson was running with his brother again.
Yeah, for sure.
Come on, let's get back to the party.
The year is 1992, and Carl Johnson is coming back home to San Andreas, but he's only got a one-way ticket this time, as for the past 5 years he's spent it in Liberty City.
After 5 years on the East Coast, it was time to go home.
I forgot just how much this trilogy focused around that one city that first popped up in 3D in GTA 3. And the reason CJ is coming back is because there's some bad news, as a familiar face from CJ's past intercepts his taxi on the way back to Grove Street.
Passenger, show us your hand.
And straight away we learn these cops are dirty to the core. Well, at least 2 of the 3 anyway. Now I've already mentioned that Officer Tenpenny is played by Samuel L. Jackson.
This is drug money.
My money, man.
Hey, don't worry about it. I'll fill it out later.
But his partner in crime is another Tarantino alumni. Officer Polanski is played by the late Chris Penn. He passed away at the young age of 40 and was such a rock-solid character actor. Once he showed up in a film, show, or this case game, you knew an entertaining scene was to follow.
You understand?
He better fucking understand.
Yeah, he better have.
Tenpenny insists that CJ takes a ride with him, He also just happens to have the appropriate amount of leverage over this former gangbanger.
Well, what do we got here?
This is a weapon, Officer Pulaski, that was used to gun down a police officer not 10 minutes ago. Officer Pendleberry. A fine man, I might add. You work fast, nigga.
You know I just got off the plane.
Well, that's a good thing we found you and retrieved the murder weapon.
That ain't my gun.
Don't bullshit me, Carl.
Yeah, don't bullshit him, Carl.
Now with nothing left, we start off good and proper with a truly iconic line.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
Like the past two 3D GTA games, San Andreas follows a similar mission structure. Go to the letter or icon, and then step in the circle. But in this game they vary differently in length and structure. And all in all there are about 100 of them to get to, so I'll get to the missions. In the beginning is a simple one, get CJ home and out of Baller's territory, and straight off Rockstar has shown off a new mechanic. Just like the scooter was a shiny new mode of transport in Vice City, San Andreas wants the player to, well, get on their bike. I get their inclusion, but this is never my preferred form of transportation, in this or any video game really. Especially as the player is required to tap a button to keep momentum, or just picking up the pace. I'll concede I don't mind this in Red Dead, but after a while I just can't be bothered with it. Now I wish there was actually some element of danger in this mission, but going past some ballers they don't really care that much, probably because this is the first mission you don't want anyone to die here.
Grove Street. Home. At least it was before I fucked everything up.
Arriving home and entering the red marker will roll the player into the next mission, Big Smoke. As someone who moved away from home as soon as he could, I've only been back a few times, and I can kind of relate to CJ's reaction here. And you have to remember this was the early 90s, which was practically still the 80s. People weren't reachable 24/7, so once Carl moved away to the East Coast, most people he knew wouldn't hear from him for the next 5 years.
Stop it! What are you doing, Carl? Brian, stop it!
Quit it! Moms are here.
Mom, they're up to something.
You couldn't just check his status update or something like that.
You picked the wrong house, fool!
Hey! Big Smoke! It's me, Carl! Chill!
Big Smoke also just happens to be here, and then he gets a little biblical.
The streets is cold, dog. Like it says in the book, we are blessed and cursed.
What fuck book?
Rolling straight into the third titled mission, Sweet and Kendall, this will reunite CJ with his brother and sister, but Kendall gives him more of a warm welcome, as Sweet's got more than an attitude straight off the bat.
I can't believe she gone, man.
That's another funeral you ran away from, fool. Just like Brian's.
Here we're being taught that Sweet has an undying loyalty to Grove Street. Well, apart from family, but it feels like Grove Street comes first. And he continuously makes this clear throughout the game.
Ain't nothing but a bunch of
love
lowlife.
women. What the fuck are you?
At least I got principles.
Oh, and I guess that makes you an upstanding American. Carl, tell him.
Carl, don't tell me shit,
As long
bitch.
as he treat her right, disrespect you, and he did.
How the hell you gonna say that? Like it's any business of yours.
Fuck you, sweet.
Oh, shit.
Asshole.
Here we go again.
This shit's real fucked up.
Leaving the brief service for their mother, ballers show up, just to show how powerful they've become since CJ left. And yeah, this is GTA, so cars go boom.
Oh, motherfucker, my car!
And even after biking away, they follow the crew to put them down for good. Following Sweet, he eventually breaks away, as Ryder takes the lead.
Keep up, motherfucker!
Getting back to Grove Street, the gang hook back up again.
So when you leaving, Carl?
I ain't sure. Thought I might stay. Things is fucked up.
Then CJ gets his orders before basically inheriting his mum's old house. And unlike the past games in GTA, CJ won't necessarily get money for every mission. Instead, respect is the new currency, one that the hood values more, for now. Money will come later, but in the early game, it's hard to come by. Other elements are also locked off, like ammunition. Changes like this really add a steeper progression curve throughout the game, and it kind of fits the setting. CJ just had everything taken from him after all, so he's gonna have to start from the bottom.
Gia, and get yourself some colors, fool. And a haircut. It's embarrassing to be seen with you.
And though it might not be as iconic to me, the San Andreas mission completes thing is king. CJ's also got a cell phone straight off the bat, and for the early 90s, he must have been making good money back in Liberty City.
Sweet, hey, what's up?
Since you've been away, shit has changed around here.
And Ryder doesn't seem all that bothered that CJ's back either.
Hey man, what you want?
Seeing my homie. What's up with you?
Yeah, homie. Yeah, it's good to see you back.
No homie love? No hug?
Oh, for sure, my nigga. My bad. What's cracking with you?
But that doesn't stop him from seeing an opportunity in the situation. But before anything can be done about it, CJ's going to need a fresh cut, and this is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to customization in San Andreas. But for now I can't decide on a new look, so attach it is.
Your dad used to get a cut just like that.
If Ryder approves, he'll have something nice to say, but I didn't spend over $200, so he's going to be a bit of a dick.
Man, what's this? Shit look ridiculous.
Then because Rockstar are the masters of their craft, they seemingly introduce another mechanic, which was kind of there in Vice City but in a rudimentary way. Eating is now the main way to get the health back for the player. Though as cool as this might have been at first, I still miss the old fashioned pickups. And yeah, eating too much will turn CJ into a chungus. Then Ryder goes and does this.
Give up the money. This a raid.
Ryder, not this again.
It ain't me, fool.
The fact that the guy serving pizza at this place isn't even phased just goes to show how far Grove Street have fallen.
Oh shit, run!
Escaping the employer with a shotgun, CJ will only get respect for this mission. It's like working for exposure or some bullshit like that.
Later, homie.
Now for the next mission, taking up turf. I start this one in the middle of the day, but thanks to how Rockstar lit this game, and the skin colour of many of the main characters, well, just look at this.
What, you think you back on the set?
I told you that, bruh.
Your word don't mean shit around here.
Come on, man. Give me a break.
Like, come on, in so many scenes you can barely make out people's faces. And sometimes you can't see the white characters' faces either. For all the graphical overhauls this game got, this just stands out as something weird. Like, I get you want a dynamic lighting system all around the game, but if I can barely see your characters in cutscenes, then what's the bloody point? And even though Sweet's tagging along, of course CJ is going to be the one to do the driving.
You want to drive?
Yeah, for sure.
Also, just like the past two games I've covered, I either had to switch the radio off or just listen to talk radio, thanks to copyright on the internet. And man, there are some real bangers in here too. I can't wait to check out the radio stations in GTA 6.
It's war, but I have to agree, Europe is overrated. Eastern Europe was good for a few years after the wall came down, but even there the police are too strict.
We're still getting accustomed to new features in San Andreas, with the tags being a form of collectible.
Watch for those rollers as I tag this up.
But thanks to them having nothing to do with this platinum, bar this mission, I never really hunt them down again. But in the definitive edition, you've got to find them all. Though the more you tag, the more respect you get. So there's that. And like I mentioned, this game starts CJ off with nothing, so the spray can also doubles as a handy weapon.
This gonna be easy, bitch. I ain't such a buster now.
Get that fool!
Finishing this mission, CJ will finally get some much needed paper. Before the next mission starts though, CJ will get a call from Tenpenny's third wheel. Honestly, going back through this game, I forgot Hernandez was even a character. CJ also shows him no respect.
Oh, the bitch. What the hell you want?
Hey, show me some respect, boy.
Go fuck yourself, you just a bitch.
So this is the game's way of informing the player that they can't go wandering off far, essentially locking them to the city for now. Just like the devs would do in the past two games with Bridges, this time you've just got to stay in the limits. Because if you go out those limits, the police are going to come after you. It's just a more realistic way of doing things. And if you try and make a break for it, the law will never stop chasing CJ.
You hear me? We're watching you.
Whatever you say, bitch.
Now it's time to clean up the hood, as this is Sweet's obsession. To the point it feels like nothing else matters to him, and it seems like he's not willing to talk about other matters. Like, you know, the rampant drug problem sweeping through Grove Street. Ryder isn't afraid to address this though.
The hood's all messed up, huh?
Yeah, you try to get any of these crackheads to help you out.
One of the families ain't up on it.
Apart from Smoke, Sweet, and you know yours truly. Grove Street don't bang no more.
And this is Rockstar making use of dead air in this game. Even if it is a short drive to the next objective, it's always welcome to have a conversation. Times have changed and CJ doesn't receive a warm welcome anymore.
What happened to for life, nigga?
The only thing that matters is the hood, homie. But you'll never understand what getting this money is like.
That and Big Bear is a shadow of the man CJ once knew.
Hey, you still from the hood, homie, or
Nah,
what?
The only thing Bear give a fuck about is smoking and keeping my house clean. Ain't that right, Big Bear? Hell yeah. Hell yeah what? Hell yes, sir.
This is one of the many things that flew over my head back in the day, because you know I was under 18 when this came out, and it's pretty dark to see what happens to people that just want their next hit.
I see what you mean now, man. If crack can do that to Big Bear, turn him into a base slave, the average motherfucker ain't got a chance.
Damn dope fiends and drug addicts everywhere in the city. Piss me off.
Look like it's up to us then.
CJ and Ryder need to start somewhere, so they just beat down the first dealer they see, before Ryder recognizes the guy they laid out.
Man, I know this cat. He a punk used to run with a front yard baller OG from Idlewood.
Entering the crack den, I realised I wasn't listening to Ryder.
Grab hold of that bat over there.
As really, I should have had a bat by now, so CJ's got to use his fists here, but really anything they can do to get their hood banging again.
Maybe these fools should be up for some real banging.
Yeah, Grove gonna get back on his feet now, for sure though.
Later, homie.
The next mission is drive-thru and it really plays to my heart. Because come on, fried chicken is the food of kings.
Chicken, man, no discussion.
Man, I don't want no chicken.
And this cutscene is legendary today, but I could live off Big Smoke's order for like a weekend, because I'm someone who can't finish a large Domino's in one sitting.
I'll have 2 number 9s, a number 9 large, a number 6 with extra dip, a number 7, 2 number 45s, 1 with cheese, and a large soda.
Now being in the know, there's a fair few clues sprinkled around these missions. They're going to make much more sense later on. And then taking a close look at the character models, man, this is just such an upgrade. With GTA 3, Vice City and San Andreas, you think they all look the same, but San Andreas is just such a step up. From drive-thru to drive-by, the ballers get involved, and this is a perfect opportunity to show off the new drive-by mechanics, as the non-playable characters in the car lean out and do their fair share of shooting, all whilst Big Smoke fills his fat face.
Quit stuffing your motherfucking mouth. Let's go.
Move it, CJ.
What the fuck's name are you doing?
This is played off for comedic value here, but fuck, the man was really up to something.
Man, if you can eat your food while everybody else is losing theirs and blaming you, you straight, homie.
What?
Nothing.
Smoke you wide, man. I mean, wide.
And that's why you love me, baby.
And because San Andreas limits the weapons for now, it'd be a waste to leave those tech lines on the street. Then the cheek of Big Smoke for claiming Grove Street got a victory.
That's one up for the Grove.
Say what, Smoke? All you managed to do was eat my damn food up.
Taking Smoke back to his crib, CJ then wonders why he left the Grove behind.
Man, got some money from my aunt. I mean, it's a nice place and all, but the Grove is in my heart, baby.
Then Rockstar decides it's time to introduce another mechanic.
If you don't respect your body, ain't nobody gonna respect you. You're too skinny, CJ. You need to pack on some muscle.
But as I said earlier, if you max this out ASAP, it won't really be a concern throughout the game. Missions also rolling by faster and more natural than the previous games, with it feeling like the devs really experimented with the formula of San Andreas. Later missions would become more complex and have separate stages to them, but sometimes all you need is a bit of chicken with the homies.
I can't stand cold food. Unlike you, I ain't never ate from a trash can.
Oh shit. Trash can bitch.
In the mission 9s and AKs, CJ finds out the other gangs are a lot more well armed these days.
What kind of guns we working with now?
One time came through, raided the spot. We ain't got shit now.
It's also time to teach the player how to shoot, when I think we were shooting far earlier in the past 2 games. Just another way Rockstar set this story apart. Anyway, getting to Emmett, it'd be time to grab a 9.
Hey! Who shot at me? What you kids want?
Hey, Pops! Hey, what's happening?
Emmett has that old school GTA character vibe to him too. He could just be the guy with the guns, but here he's a little eccentric.
You come to the right place. Try anything you like, boy.
The mission is nothing more than some good old-fashioned target practice though. It even introduces a new feature, that you can now pretty much blow up cars in a single shot, all by shooting their fuel tank. But honestly, I'm pretty sure most players forget this is even a thing. But for those that don't, nailing this shot is like trying to pop off a Womp Rat down Baker's Canyon.
That's impossible, even for a computer.
It's not impossible. I used to bullseye Womp Rats in my T-16 back home. They're not much bigger than 2 meters.
Most of the time, enemy cars are not staying still. Sweet then calls up after dropping off Smoke, because it's time to go shopping.
I thought you was representing.
What?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought you was rolling with Grove Street again.
And thankfully Grove Street rolling green, my favourite colour. I just wish changing clothes didn't take so damn long.
Always a pleasure, sir.
When I find that chihuahua, I'm gonna kill it.
Now some new threads and some reps at the gym, it'd be time for Grove Street to go on a drive-by of their own. I just have to mention it again, I just wish cutscenes were better lit tonight.
What you saying about me, fool?
What's up, man? I'm saying that the East Coast made you drive like an idiot, fool.
Who thought it'd be a good idea to barely be able to see any characters' faces? At least it gets a little bit better in the cars.
Yeah, for sure, I'm ready.
Carl, just concentrate on the driving and we'll take care of the shooting.
With 3 passengers unloading on the ballers, they just melt like a hot knife through butter. Finishing off with a little pay and spray tutorial, the ballers will now attack CJ on sight.
So watch yourself from now on, CJ.
Arriving at Ryder's a little too early, somebody decides to overshare.
I got crabs the size of baseballs.
What?
Thankfully, every minute in GTA is a second in our world, so I'm not stuck waiting for long. Out back it's clear Ryder has lost something. It's all good hiding your stash, but maybe mark out where it is next time.
Damn, where the fuck I put it, man?
Put what, nigga?
Man, the fucking water.
Getting in and out of the house, CJ would be fighting against time. because he decides it'd be better to sneak around the house rather than shoot the place up. You know, ninja style.
Gee, I got it ninja style. Right.
I also didn't accidentally shoot my gun straight away either. It was just to get some footage of the old man, honest.
Get off my ridge, you Viet Cong bastards!
Home invasion is one of the game's many stealth missions, with the player having to stay quiet in this one, so they don't wake up the old geezer. If he wakes up, we get a glimpse of a Vice City Easter egg.
Thief and commie bastards!
Let's get up out of here.
Also, Ryder skips out on CJ and he's got to deal with a 2-star wanted level. On a second attempt, sneaking around the place is pretty simple. That is until you've got to carry the crates back, because you can't crouch and carry these. And before getting the last one out, I just need one more look at that Easter egg.
What do you think of this boner I got?
Getting the crates to the lockup, burglary side missions are now available. But like with so many of the side activities, I never do these ever again. It's cool to have them there, but there's so much of the main game to play.
I'm tired. I'll see you later.
Next up, Sweet Scale is probably the first challenging mission in San Andreas. In a sense, it's a reality check how quickly CJ can be wasted. Even if he rocks up like CM Punk with cult of personality blasting, this mission's gonna be a close call. Sweet is in trouble and he needs backup.
I'm pinned down in Seville Hood and we need a ride out of here. Pronto!
Oh, for sure, man. Hang in there.
At this stage, CJ only really has access to a pistol, and you can't take these enemies out fast. Sure, you might be able to pop off a few heads, but they're going to take you down fast, so you've got to get into cover. I mean crouch, because there isn't really a cover system, just crouching. Hell, it's better than what we had in the past 2 games, and Rockstar are always a bit slow to adopt the current mechanics. Don't get me wrong, these games are fun to play, but they can be a bit janky. At least the targeting system has been revamped though, so now you can see the health of whoever you're targeting, and this mission is such a waste, what with green fighting green, showing yet again the state of Grove Street. And getting Sweet back, at least the brothers will now be on the same page.
You did good back there.
Hey, I'm a Johnson boy.
After another session at the gym, it'd be time to pay Big Smoke a visit. And it always makes me laugh when games get players to do random activities like, you know, exercise, or other random jobs. In real life, these would be chores, but in a video game, people lap this shit up. This mission brings in OG Loke, another person who has changed quite a bit since he's been around these parts. And you gotta respect Jeffrey for wanting to live the gimmick.
Hey man, it's OG Loke, homie! OG Loke!
I mean, I guess it's how Ice-T and Cube went about things. First order of business though, Loke wants revenge on someone you wouldn't want to bump into in the showers. Man, fuck prison.
Hey, Jeff, I thought you was going to, college.
But because Rockstar, this is all played off in a light-hearted manner. Following the target, I was blown away to find out the Epsilon program dates all the way back to San Andreas. I thought this debuted in GTA 5.
Do not use fluoride. It's evil. It made me kill my doctor.
Why would we worry about a chemical that the government puts into the water?
And then chasing the guy all the way to the interchange, this happens.
Showing tough love to special ed kids.
There's nothing worse than knowing you fucked up a mission and you've got to wait for it to fail. There was no way of me getting back to Loke in time. So after not wiping out this time, I almost get wasted by the guy and his mates. But thankfully the danger is over once Loke gets his revenge, though you can tell he's got lasting trauma.
Don't you say a damn thing, CJ!
Was you lonely, Loke? Hey, I like a nice mustache myself.
I keep it real, unlike you fake-ass motherfuckers!
And finishing this mission will unlock Loke as a mission giver.
Don't be a stranger, fool!
Yeah, for sure. I'll see you around.
Like a £1/4. Later.
Catalyst starts off with Ryder trying to cook, but he's no Heisenberg.
Nigga, I couldn't find that wet I buried, so I'm making my own. Strong. It's easy, fool.
Then a familiar face shows up, and I swear Samuel L. Jackson never has a bad line delivery.
Morning, boys.
Man, who you calling boy, fool?
Well, what should I call you, midget?
It doesn't matter what project he's working on. But I also didn't know he role-played a house cat, because whenever I'm cooking something, those greedy buggers assume it's for them.
Smells good. What's cooking? Where's mine?
And it's nice of Tenpenny to give Ryder and CJ only 5 minutes. And I don't know if this is a personal attack by the devs or not. I guess they see how most players drive.
Don't give me a hard time about my driving. I ain't got the energy for it, man.
Well, don't go roll the damn car over and blow us all up in flames then.
Arriving at the train, it seems like every gang in town is here. Once the Vargos are dealt with, ballers come rolling up to say hello. Then just because, the train starts moving again. And now it's a case of throwing the crates of guns to Ryder as he follows behind. Apparently this mission is a reference to the CIA flooding guns into the ghetto back in the day. And you know what, I wouldn't put it past them. This is also the first time trains play a big part in a GTA mission, but I'll touch on them a bit later. Getting back to the Grove, CJ earns a bit more respect, because now that's the only currency he's gonna get. The theft doesn't stop here though, as now it'd be time to rob Uncle Sam, though I don't know how Ryder manages to stand when he's this high.
Yeah, CJ. Hey, CJ, Tell me why I didn't finish high school.
And for someone who's been pretty reserved up until now, it's cool to see Ryder come out of his shell just a bit.
Oh shit. A genius.
This mission though, it can go fuck itself. The idea of stealing guns is fine and all that, but having to use the forklift truck for this, it handles like shit. Look, as someone who can't drive, I can handle digital cars fine, but having turning on the rear wheels just messes with me. Then after a while, I swear the boxes refuse to play ball. It also doesn't help that Ryder is bloody useless here too. I don't think in all my attempts he put a single soldier down. So someone at Rockstar thought it'd be fun to operate this piece of crap, and then get off every now and then to babysit Ryder. Nah, this mission just isn't the one. Actually, I think this might be one of the worst GTA missions I've ever played. I mean, just look at this. Then this. Oh, and this. It also doesn't help that there's only one forklift truck, so if it breaks or drowns, mission failed. I also don't think I've mentioned this yet, but the camera controls have been overhauled in San Andreas, meaning that you can turn the camera around like in a modern game, all without going first person like in the past 2 games. But also, this just happens sometimes. Why does CJ shoot in the air sometimes, rather than just staying locked on like in other games? Maybe this was meant to be realistic, but what the fuck, man? Finally getting the boxes in the bag, this mission can be left behind.
CJ, get up front and drive us out of here.
Escaping the heat, you can control Ryder to throw boxes out the back, but then it makes this mission feel redundant. But because video games, there's so much more in it now. At least after this, Grove Street will now carry Tech 9s, so that's something.
That shit was tight.
Tight? Man, that shit was shit.
The next mission is another test to Sweet, and it's loyalty to the Grove. Caesar is from the south side, and that goes against all his rigid ways.
It just ain't right you seeing some cholo motherfucker.
Oh, what? A no-good, narrow-minded hypocrite gangbanger telling me what is right and what is wrong?
It feels like Sweet is digging himself deeper every time he opens his mouth. Then CJ doesn't help either.
And look at you. You dress like a hooker.
Oh, and I guess you two would know what a hooker look like, huh?
You say it like it's a bad thing.
Shut up, Carl.
What I really want to know is, whose cat is that and why does Sweet have it on his wall? The mission though, it's all centered around cars and gearing them up. Customizing cars felt like it exploded in the early 2000s. It became so mainstream and it was literally everywhere. There was Fast and the Furious, Need for Speed, and of course Pimp My Ride. Because everyone needed a TV and a PS2 in their car for some reason. And even in wrestling, Eddie Guerrero was showing off his cars. Rest in peace, Eddie, we miss you. There's a bounty of options that eventually become available, but CJ can't afford half of these at the moment. So for now, we need to get this lowrider to the big dance.
You up for a bounce, homie?
The minigame itself, it reminds me of something from Dance Dance Revolution. Something else that was bloody everywhere back in that era. Either in the arcade or someone knew someone that had the dance mat at home. And then getting a high score, this will introduce CJ to Caesar. And honestly, he's one of the most chilled characters in this game.
So since when has my brother been a lowrider?
Since Sweet told me to keep an eye on you. Make sure that whatever you dating don't get you in no trouble.
¿Qué onda? Nice hopping, Holmes.
Well, you just shook that whatever's hand.
Come here, baby girl.
Hey, get your dirty hands off my
Oh,
sister.
what is wrong with you?
Holmes, you're acting like she's your woman, eh? She's with me, cabron. So chill the fuck out.
This situation could have gone out of control fast, but Caesar stops it from blowing up. CJ isn't like his brother though, so he wants to see his sister Kendall be happy. This comes first before any gang loyalties.
Caesar Villalpando.
Carl Johnson, CJ.
Then straight after this mission, this will try and steal my ride. I've heard of Spawn killing, but not Spawn GTA. Oh, and beating this mission will also unlock lowrider races. Running Dogg starts off with a certain someone sniffing about again, like he's a regular or something.
Boom!
Asshole.
Yo, Carl, see you around.
Fuck they doing over here anyway?
Big Smoke is also all too quick to reassure his loyalty, but it doesn't last long before he's back in his usual ways.
For me, it's all about my homeboy Carl.
And sure, Smoke can swing a bat, but cardio just isn't his thing.
Man, I'm done.
Now it's time for the game to show off a new mechanic, one that it felt like every game was trying to add around this time, that being mantling over and up walls. This might sound quaint now, but it was a major addition back then. So many games were still pretty rigid on the PS2, especially the GTA games, so this was a much needed improvement. Going back to Big Smoke's crib, Tenpenny is here again.
Hey, Carl. Keeping busy, I hope.
You know me, Officer Tenpenny.
Yeah, I know you, Carl. I know everything about you.
Don't touch me, your pig hands.
That's right, Carl. I got my eye on you.
Getting to where the deal is meant to take place, seems like Big Smoke didn't think this one through.
Motherfucker, clock!
Wrong Side of the Tracks showcases the train once again, but this time CJ's chasing it rather than riding it. And these things are invincible. Nothing gets in their way, not even a tank. Even though they're locked on their routes, they made San Andreas feel so much bigger. This chase even has a few set pieces before Big Smoke gets the job done. And I can see why so many people liked Big Smoke back in the day. He was in a bunch of the early action-based missions. On the way back, CJ tries to get some information out of Smoke, but he's cagey as ever.
Always fuck up around here, or is it because of the drugs?
What you think, man?
I don't know, that's why I'm asking you.
Yo, hey, don't ask a wise man, friend. Ask a fool.
That's what I was doing.
Well, if you're gonna make this thing personal, I ain't speaking on it no more.
Just Business doesn't have Tenpenny hanging around this time, but for some reason Smoke is hiding from someone.
Hey, CJ! Baby, what's up, man?
Even though the Cold War just ended before this game, Smoke doesn't trust the Russians.
Russians? Now, all my life, I've been told to fear the Russians, but I ain't never even met them. Then the wall comes down and we all supposed to be friends.
And fuck knows what his plan was, but the whole mission gets messy in seconds. And I think Smoke is only really here to take shots. He hardly does any damage. Then the second half of the mission kicks off, with Smoke driving this time, as CJ shoots.
Time to return the favor, baby, get on!
At least we get to level up the machine pistols here, because yeah, each weapon type has a level now. Using any certain weapon more, CJ will become more effective with it, and then maxing them out, this will grant an extra bonus. This is also the same with driving and running and things like that. Hell, San Andreas has systems upon systems. You've just got to wonder what made the cutting room floor at this point. It feels like with this game the devs pull back on their references. Well, some more of the obvious ones anyway. But in this mission we get a reference to one of the greatest action films of all time. Because now we're in GTA's version of Terminator 2, and the devs really must be a fan of this film because it showed up again in GTA 5 Online, even being added as a multiplayer minigame. Around the time this came out I was ready to move on, but I do remember playing it a fair bit. Hell, how was that 10 years ago now? High stakes low rider is a welcome change of pace, especially after such a wild mission.
First past the post wins. Con chota sin chota.
Okay, for sure, I'm down.
Hey, watch us, CJ. These boys don't like to lose.
Racing a bunch of lowriders is a welcome palate cleanser. Finishing at the pier, the game will remind the player there's more of these to do.
Looking real technical, gangster. You ain't run off again yet?
Life is a Beach goes to show how much of a good friend CJ can be, because Loco doesn't want to be a sanitary technician forever. And now thinking about this name, this is something that a company would definitely call their cleaners. You know, to make it more fun. Man, fuck those big corporations. So to get this rapper's career off the ground, he's gonna need some decent speakers. And man, I wish fast food was still as fun as it used to be. I want one of Loco's hats, and for the prices to go back down. Then I guess Rockstar just wanted another Dance Dance Revolution style minigame. Honestly, I appreciate the graft, but what was the point if CJ's just gonna steal the van anyway? Loco better appreciate this.
It's OG Loco in the place. You don't want to stop me with a gun in your face. Yeah, man. Let's shut the f up.
Sticking with Loco, he treats CJ to one of his rhymes.
Hey, it's OG Loco, homie, and I'ma kick a little something like this. Hey, yo, when I come through up in the place, you don't want me to come with a gun in your face. I spit it harder than anybody in the world could do.
That shit sucks. Damn.
He ain't lying. Instead of working on his own writing, Loco takes the path of least resistance. But why CJ agrees to this, I'll never know.
Mad Dogg's rhyme book from his home in the hills. Mad Dogg's rhyme book?
Ghostwriters have been a thing forever now, but they normally get paid to do their work. Getting to the mansion it'd be time to steal Mad Dogg's rhymes. And yeah, while Rockstar were busy making one of the biggest games in the world at the time, they also found a spare moment to shove stealth in there as well. It isn't half bad either, with silenced weapons being added, vision cones for the NPCs, and even a shadow system where you can hide. This is straight out of Third Echelon rather than Compton. The game even has stealth kills too. This will show up a few more times after this, but it really feels like another mechanic here to make this game feel like it's got something for everyone. San Andreas also came out around the time that stealth games hit their peak. Maybe if they kept these missions included, Ubisoft would still be making Splinter Cell games. We can only dream. As is tradition, there's also a diss to Tanner from Driver in this mission.
This sucks! I mean, how can Refract just mess up so bad? Tanner, you suck ass!
Each 3D GTA game up until this point had taken a shot at Driver, and the series was about to be finished with Driver 3. Because that game got reviews. Just proof that if you're going to be a GTA clone, then you better bring something new to the table. Now CJ needs to get back to Loco. This mission also has a butterfly effect to it. as CJ changes the course of history in San Andreas for this one, and this will come up later, much later. Then finishing this mission, Tenpenny will come calling.
Officer Tenpenny, how you get my number?
Ways and means, you piece of shit. You been trying to avoid me?
No, sir. I just been busy, that's all.
You're not busy unless you're doing something for us, you understand?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Burning Desire will start with CJ finding Tenpenny and his cronies in their natural habitat. This cutscene always reminds me of that one monologue in Layer Cake.
Now you get this straight. We own you. You're ours. We can shit on you from such a height, you'll think God himself has crapped on you.
Welcome to the Layer Cake, son.
The naming of the mission is also a bit of a double entendre, because burning down the building will only be half the job. After landing Molotov cocktails in each window, an innocent woman's gonna start calling out.
Hey! Can anybody hear me?
So now it'll be a case of putting out enough fires to get to her, because yes, fire extinguishers are now a thing, but it always feels like it takes just a bit too long. Then because video games, CJ will need to find a new way out. It also turns out that this woman's from CJ's home turf.
I like to live dangerously.
Completing this mission will unlock yet a new feature in this game.
Give me a call sometime. We should go out or something.
Yeah, I'd like that.
CJ can get back out there and start dating. Denise is only the first of many that CJ will be able to date, and this is very much a side activity. But then again, San Andreas was trying to do everything. Then before starting the next mission, Sweet is an important call.
It's time for you to announce your return, CJ. You fuck up Glen Park, and that turncoat bitch-ass nigga's gonna lose nerve and make a break for it.
But before that, CJ is going to help locate out some management issues. Can this guy get anywhere without CJ doing all the heavy lifting?
I want you to take that motherfucker out. Kill him?
And it's a wonder CJ puts up with this shit. So after borrowing a car, it'll be time for CJ to pick up a new vocation. And man, why isn't there a set slow speed for this car? Like with any game when you follow someone, this is always needlessly awkward. And you've got to laugh at the fact that this guy didn't clock CJ replacing this driver.
Take me back to Dogg's mansion. Not today, asshole. Today, we taking the scenic route.
Something tells me that this agent was inspired by the real thing. Then bailing out the car, CJ technically never killed him. Wrapping up OG Luke's mission line, it'll be time for a house party. But first, the Arse Technician has a few requests. Arse Technician, fucking hell.
I don't care what you heard, I ain't nobody's ass technician. Just some real fly girls, you know what I'm saying? The ones in the bikinis and shit in the video.
So after getting a new car, and well, not really bothering new clothes because they'll look shit, part 2 of House Party kicks off. Christ, Luke is worse than I remember.
Look at my man DJ right there. DJ, one up, nigga, one up.
Thought the motherfucking mic was broke.
Hey, what's up, homie?
What's up, Ryder?
See all the homies in the back, man, away from this whack music.
Man, I feel you. Come on.
Heading outside away from the racket, it seems like Grove Street's about to be attacked. I like to imagine this is the equivalent of a Helm's Deep battle for Grove Street.
Ballers posse's about to run up. They're headed up here right now.
Looks like we backed them ballers against the wall, huh?
Hey, CJ, strap up. It's Grove Street.
But will Gandalf arrive first light on the next day? Nah, so the Johnson boys need to lock this place down. Strange that Ryder never made it with the backup either.
Damn, man. I'll go get us some more backup.
Liar!
Now it's time to address the phone call from Sweet with Doberman. This is yet another mission that unlocks a few things. Ammunition is finally in play, with this one really embracing the America f yeah attitude. Like, just look at this design. I'm also so happy to finally be able to buy body armor too. It's going to make all the later missions so less stressful.
Wise choice, sir. Wise choice.
Next up, it'll be time to take back Glen Park. This sounds exciting at first, but this is one of the many territory missions in this game. Hey, it's a neat feature, and I remember playing this endlessly back in the day, but whenever it's a mission it just feels like it's bloating the runtime. I guess you could say this is an early version of Horde mode, but with less chainsaw bayonets. Killing everyone that defends the turf, this will flush out the grass. Then after all the hard work, CJ deserves a little something something. I don't think I've mentioned this in my past 2 videos, but yeah, a handy way to get some health back is to get a quick ride.
For those difficult conversations.
Coming up next, the most mind-numbing things since the
You're
lobotomy.
the best
Entertaining
ever,
America.
sugar.
Oh, and thanks to the mission, Grove Street starts generating some income too. Nothing like Tommy Vercetti would earn, but it's a start. The good times can't last for CJ though, as he's got to go and visit Tenpenny again with grey imports. And come on, all he's trying to do is put an end to gang violence.
I find myself in a difficult moral position, Carl.
Yeah, right.
Carl, I'm hurt. I truly am. And just as I was about to help those poor Grove Street boys.
Oh yeah? How?
And in his own twisted way, Tenpenny is actually technically trying to help CJ in the Grove. But at the end of the day, this all just benefit him. Turns out the Ballers have been making deals with the Lord of War. Because for those who don't know, after the Soviet Union fell, much of their weapons just happened to disappear. And there are a lot of weapons that just went missing. They were gearing up for World War III after all. They ended up all over the world, in the hands of foreign nations, terrorists, and yeah, gangsters.
Lots of cheap guns coming into America since the fall of the wall, Carl.
Also, blowing up a red barrel never gets old. I'm sure there's a more nuanced way of getting in here, but that just isn't my CJ style. Keypads are also a thing now. They showed up earlier in that crappy forklift mission, but I was too busy ranting about that forklift. And honestly, shooting them normally does the trick. After blowing up everyone in here, a certain arms dealer is going to make a run for it.
Now fuck you, Amerikansky! I'm gone!
Though he doesn't last too long against a Tech 9 shooting forward. The ultimate play. Heading back to Grove Street, Tenpenny's already been there, and bless Sweet for not realising he's being played.
So that one of them ballers that you and Smoke laid out, Lil Weasel, is getting buried and all the OGs gonna be there.
At a funeral?
Yeah, we just catch all those ball sack ass niggas at one time.
And with this mission, CJ can now recruit fellow gang members to follow him into battle or, you know, cruise around. But half the time I feel like this mechanic does want to play ball, especially if there's any non-Grove Street NPCs about, which there always is. So imagine how annoying this would be during a riot.
Cover me, cuz!
Getting to the funeral. Unlike many NPCs the devs wanted to give more health, he's wearing body armor, though this guy barely lasts much longer though. So it wasn't really worth JR's time to call this casket match.
I'm not gonna do it now, you hurt my feelings.
If you ask me, this was lazy booking.
No disqualification, anything goes, lazy booking.
It's probably about time CJ took Denise out on a date, because he can't spend all his money in the back alley.
What's up?
Hey, bitch!
And man, these dating cutscenes are so damn cheesy. Some of CJ's responses on these dates as well, they're so damn cold, you just have to laugh.
Hell, it's your date. I'm just there for fun.
The dates start off with some drinks or a meal, but then certain women will want to mix it up, like Denise, who really loves a drive-by.
We should do a drive-by.
The text is always super encouraging too, like the devs knew a certain age demographic was playing this game back in the day. Here's also where the hood gets attacked, and the whole your hood is under attack thing just gives me bad memories of Fallout 4 and its settlements. I guess this works for younger people with a bunch of free time on their hands. It did me back in the day, but I'm just gonna stick with story missions for now. They do waste me though, because I really wasn't ready for this, but like the other games being wasted or busted, it isn't the end. It just strips CJ of his weapons, and some of his money before spawning outside our local medical facility. And really I just load my last save because this is a waste of time. Reuniting the families will be the next order of business. After a little casual viewing, it seems like Sweet's all sorted out.
Damn, that bitch is bad. Oh, yeah.
What's up, y'all?
What's up, CJ? Turn that TV off right quick.
Will Grove Street finally return to glory though? I sure hope a certain someone, or someones, don't mess this up.
I say it's time we went down there and made it official. Keep that shit off our streets. I vote I'm our representative on this one.
That's right.
Hey, it's all good. If Sweet think he can handle it, I'm down with him, man.
All right.
Of course the game can't have the houses unite, because the White Walkers have got to show up first. So here come the police.
All units, rock and roll!
Ryder and Smoke also show how much loyalty they have, as they get the hell out of here, leaving just CJ to save Sweet. Fighting through the motel, this might look nothing more than a corridor shooter, but for GTA inside spaces was still quite novel, and the LSPD literally come out of everywhere. And during this mission, CJ can also pick up a few rewards, just to perk him up.
You saved me, have some sugar.
The shotgun is also perfect for this mission. No wonder Rockstar spawned it in the player's hands at the start. Getting to Sweet, this mission won't be over yet, as the SWAT continue to pursue the brothers. And thankfully Smoke and Ryder show back up in the nick of time. And luckily enough, Ryder has an AK with unlimited ammo, so basically this turns into a turret sequence. But I'm not complaining, even if it is touch and go of the car's health at some points. You've also got to appreciate the efforts the police go to here. First they drop their beloved donuts.
Taste of good donuts.
Then one of them thinks he's the T-1000.
Surprise, old boy!
Holy shit, look at that!
This mission showcases the subtle nods that this game has, as the devs are always going to pull from things they love. And who can blame them, because Terminator 2 and Con Air are bloody brilliant films. The time of day also starts perfectly with this mission, with the meeting being in late evening and then the ambush being through the night, only to have the climax as the sun rises.
Oh shit! Roadblock up ahead!
The cave's jammed!
Fuck it, I'm going through!
And just like that, the officer on the bonnet and the 4 inside the car are wasted.
Oh man, we gonna die!
Oh shit!
Slow down, folks, slow down!
Oh shit! The brakes!
Or so we're led to believe. It's a cool stunt, but how the hell does Smoke coordinate this in a few seconds?
Shit! That's gonna be a hell of a story to tell when we passing the blunt.
Damn, that was some serious shit.
Woo! Fuck this. We gotta get out of here.
I joke, but it really doesn't matter, especially not when this is the closing shot of the mission. Ah, spunk. A taste to come. Green Sabre is where everything changes. Sweet has a new sense of worth, and he's ready to bring the fight to the ballers.
Grove Street is king! Say it with me, niggas! Grove Street is king! Grove Street is king!
Could this finally be a turn for Grove Street? Leaving Sweet's crib, CJ gets a call from someone he wasn't expecting.
No, CJ, you gotta come and see something. Something important, eh?
Well, it's gonna have to wait.
This can't wait, Holmes. If I tell you, you won't believe it, I swear.
Okay, I got about 5, so it better be good. Where you at?
I'm under the freeway, north side of Verdant Plus.
Caesar is being real cagey, but he's earned a bit of respect from CJ, so the player's gonna have to check out what he's going on about. Get into the car underneath the hidden freeway. CJ wants to know what this is all about. It's a betrayal like no other. Basically, this game's Montreal Screwjob.
Just in time, ese. Take a good hard look over there.
Ryder and Big Smoke are in league with the Ballers and Crash. Tenpenny's appropriately named unit, community resource against street hoodlums.
Shit, Smoke, what you into?
Shh, that's it. Look at that ride.
That's the motherfucking Green Sabre. Shit, Smoke? Crash making you sell us out?
After this, Sweet is definitely going to be in danger, and his health appears at the top of the screen, meaning time is of the essence. And I've just got to mention, even though Ryder is here, CJ never mentions him. In fact, this is pretty much it for Ryder. He'll show up later on, but only really as a lifeless NPC. Speculation about this character is that he was cut from the game, or at least the second half. But nothing's ever really been confirmed. And considering this game has been data mined to hell and back, just look at Hot Coffee, nothing's really ever come up. And there's probably only a few people that worked on this game that actually know what went down. And considering Dan Houser and Leslie Benzies are now free from Rockstar, neither of them have ever mentioned this, and probably never will. There's just a little case of NDAs, and you know, professionalism.
It's Sweet. I think him and the homies is walking into a trap. Just go. Go!
Getting to Sweet, it's clear Grove Street aren't faring well. The Ballers have them pinned down and more are on the way. And even when CJ checks on his brother, he never mentions Ryder, just Smoke.
Caesar called and showed me some shit. It's Smoke, and he in deep with Tenpenny and some ballers. He sold us out.
Ballers come from almost every direction, and cover is hard to come by, and cars can't help catch all the bullets. This is one of those fights where it feels like crouch is a saving grace. As the police close in, all those alive scatter, but not CJ. He stays at his brother's side as the camera fades to black.
You got a bag over your head, boy. How you feel about that?
Man, take it off. Please, man. I can't breathe. Please.
Oh, all right. But only because you said please.
Coming to, he's in the clutches of Tenpenny and Pulaski once again. And it's still no mention of Ryder here, just Smoke. Tenpenny catches us up on the situation, and it seems like Caesar kept his end of the bargain. Also, I've never noticed that Pulaski's mouth never moves here.
Things are going pretty well for you, Carl. So behave, nigga.
We want you to do a little favor for us, Carl.
Now out of the car and in the middle of nowhere, Tenpenny and Pulaski reassert their place in the food chain, shattering the idea that the streets come first for all those in the Grove. For now, there's only one way for CJ to keep his brother alive, and that's working for Tenpenny out in the sticks. And I wish this major scene in the game was lit different, because, you know, I'd like to see the characters' faces. Here is where the second major part of San Andreas begins.
For once, let's let the kid do something good with his useless life. He's gonna help us with the fight against crime. Right, Carl?
Yeah. By any means necessary.
The mission Badlands has CJ doing some cleanup work for Tenpenny, because snitches get stitches after all.
I want you to pay him a little visit, Carl, and destroy all his evidence before he testifies.
Sort this out, Carl, so Officer Tenpenny can sleep easy at night.
Driving up to Mount Chiliad to a cabin, all that needs to be done is kill the snitch, his security, and get a photograph. so nothing too complicated for our first outing in the countryside, because most of this mission is just navigating Mount Chiliad. As for Los Santos, well, we won't be going back there for a while now. The gang wars have apparently ceased, and now more of the map has opened up for the player. This will start rolling out at more of a rapid pace now, because it feels like half the game is set in Los Santos, and the other half is spent outside trying to get back. To be honest, Rockstar could have gotten away with a game set entirely in the hood, around its culture, and everyone in there. But I guess for some that would be creatively stifling after a while, so now they can have a bit of fun with the story, and mix the missions up. Caesar gets in touch with CJ after the mission with a phone call.
Your sister's been worried. I heard some shit went down.
Yeah, Los Santos is dangerous right now. I'm out in the middle of, I don't know, Whetstone or whatever that is.
This will lead to first dates, and a familiar face for seasoned GTA players.
What the fuck did you want?
Nothing. I'm looking for a friend of mine's cousin.
Entering this country diner, a certain someone seems to be stirring up a whole load of shit. We will soon find out that this is Catalina. Yeah, the very same from GTA 3. You know, the woman that screwed over Claude and took over the Colombian gang for a while. And I wonder how many people made this connection.
You're just small time.
Because San Andreas character models just look so much better than GTA 3's. Well, the main cast anyway. But then just looking at side NPCs, they are probably better than GTA 3 characters as well. And remarkably, they got the same voice actress back. And looking at her IMDb, she's only really been in this role.
My name is Catalina, and we're gonna take this county for every stinking cent.
Okay, good plan, I guess.
You're damn straight, it's a good plan.
First dates was merely an introduction though, as Catalina has 4 different jobs to choose from.
A liquor store in Blueberry, a bank in Palomino Creek, a gas station in Dillimore, and a betting shop in Montgomery.
And because I'm a simple man, Tank Command will be the first up.
Hand over the tankings or I blow your fucking balls off!
Simply because it's the closest. This brings semi-trucks into the game.
Change of plan, Carl! We're taking the tanker!
And side missions revolving around them too. Yet more side content being fed to the player by Rockstar. And seriously, this isn't the end. They keep adding more and more of these side missions. 100% in this game isn't something you can do overnight.
I ain't losing another crappy job because of some crazy bitch.
And yes, they're a pain to drive in the storm. And apparently any cars according to these guys. Catalina leaves after this, but at least this nets a solid $5,000. The most made by any single job yet, I'm pretty sure. I think at this point in the last game, Vassetti owned half of Vice City by now.
Goodbye!
Then as CJ's left alone in the rain, a mutual acquaintance gets in touch.
You know me. This is the truth.
No, I don't.
Perfection. They said you were a moron.
Body Harvest opens up with a Tenpenny we haven't seen up until now.
Check this shit out. What do we have here?
Yo, Carl. What up, kid?
CJ just can't escape the devil on his shoulder, and this is the first time we've seen Tenpenny without Pulaski. So is he keeping this operation secret from him? Probably.
Mr. Truth here is going to be supplying you with some of the finest.
We and you are going to deliver it for us.
Tenpenny then does the introductions, and then buggers off high as a kite. The naming of this mission is also a nod to DMA Design's first ever 3D game, way back in the N64. Sure, the truth might be on the box, but his character really just comes out of nowhere, as this game's themes take a 90-degree turn into new territory.
Namaste, Carl.
The fuck that mean? Later, freak.
The only real problem I have is all the bloody driving. The residents of the farm aren't evil, but they don't pay too kindly to strangers. And apparently the folk in this region are based off the ones in the film Deliverance.
You picked the wrong old timer, boy!
But thankfully Rockstar left out that scene.
Look out, Indian!
Unfortunately, the Combine Harvester controls like a big forklift truck, but thankfully, this is a lot more fun.
What's that one that blooms every 4 years?
Yep, people go in and mush comes out, all ready to go in a pie. Feel like I could be a real farmer now.
Shit, fuck! I have absolutely no clue.
Caesar gets in touch with CJ to inform us of the situation in Los Santos, as things are starting to deteriorate.
The Varios Los Aztecas, it's all over. There's a price on my head. Maybe candles too.
What happened?
Trust, respect, honor, they don't mean jack in Los Santos now.
Getting to Angel Pines, CJ meets up with his sister and the king in exile. CJ tries to calm down Caesar, but the disturbing truth of what Smoke has been getting up to starts to surface.
Smoke, he's a pusher, man.
No, not Smoke. He might mess with Crash, but he don't mess with no Ye.
Come on, CJ, how you think he got that new house, huh? Just let that grow for life bullshit go and take a look around you.
And even though CJ's back with his people now, Catalina certainly hasn't had enough of him.
Where'd you be, asshole?
Well, I was just about to call you, but...
Liar! You've been hanging out with those sticky putas!
For the next 3 missions, CJ's gonna have Catalina by his side. And even when he makes it to first base, she doesn't make it easy.
Now where's this stupid bitch?
Here, cabron! Who's the bitch now, eh?
Oh, baby. I'm so sorry, baby.
Catalina is such a wild card. I'd love to see this version of her realised in GTA 3.
Carl! I think I love you.
Shit, that's great.
Local liquor store doesn't go as Catalina planned, which is going to become a bit of a theme with her. Turns out these guys are already casing out the joint, but as Catalina takes one out, there's only 3 left to chase, and she wants to chase them.
That's my money! Please, to the motherfucker!
Catalina eventually shoots these guys off their quad bikes, but it takes much longer than it needs to. And before her next mission, Catalina takes their relationship to the next step.
How was it?
Different.
I knew you would like it.
Jumping to against all odds, the plan is to rob a betting shop with some satchel charges.
Leave the panic button or I'll kill your children too!
After I manage to get these things bloody working, the police are up their ass. A 4-star rating pops, and this is almost as bad as dealing with the FBI. But it's nothing a little pay and spray can't handle. The wanted level system also works like before, but with a few tweaks this time, just to refine it and make it difficult to deal with. With 1 star, one officer will chase the player at a time and only attack them with their nightstick. Standard cops also ride bikes too, making them more effective because they can shoot off their bikes as well, so this really mixes up chases sometimes, and makes them a little bit annoying at this low level. With 2 stars, the police will actively search for the player. They'll spawn all over and shoot on sight, and from here they'll never give up, unless a pay and spray or a bribe gets involved. With 3 stars, helicopters and roadblocks are now on the table, just to shake things up. As 4 stars pop, the SWAT will join the party, and the police want to have stingers. And if the player tries to escape by air, Hydra jets are drafted in, and these are essentially inescapable after a while. Being captured or killed is inevitable. Then 5 stars kicks off the FBI Destruction Derby. Finally, 6 stars will trigger the army with their big ass trucks and new and improved Rhino tanks. And if you get caught running away from them, the soldiers will gun you down. CJ thinks these two might be a match made in heaven when Catalina snaps again.
Asshole!
Damn, what I do now?
She's totally unhinged. Then it seems like these two might be through. So I brought these flowers for nothing. As the relationship might be over, the job escalates to a small town bank.
Don't even think about doing anything, motherfucker!
Hand over every last dollar! Now, bitch!
And yeah, I fucked it up. You might have a couple of seconds to keep them scared, because look, they didn't even care that I aimed this boomstick at them. I get it's not a tough thing to pull off, but you literally have seconds. After taking revenge on their heads and collecting the rest of the money, it'd be time for a proper good old shootout. Little moments like this felt so cinematic back in the day.
I just bought another donut. Don't criminals have any consideration? We can collect that bribe later. Might as well go and take a look. We know you're in there. The game's up.
Then I fucked up the job even more as I failed not 1, but 2 jumps.
Ooh! Oh, motherfucker!
So after a bunch of running, I catch up with Catalina in the next town. And somehow this didn't fail the mission for me. And this woman's got some stamina because she's still going as well. And watching my gameplay back, it's a miracle I didn't die here.
It's so real. Thank you, now shut up!
With a 10 grand payout, this partnership is done. But that doesn't mean CJ's heard the last of Catalina. Not by a long shot. Thanks to a call from Caesar, CJ's time in the countryside might soon be at an end. But first, he's gonna need to take part in a race.
You wanna make some money?
Does the Pope shit in the woods?
Why you keep asking me that, Holmes? I told you, I don't know. What Holiness does his business is his business. Just get a fast car and meet me in Kendall just south of Montgomery.
Woozie is another mission named after one of the main characters, and Woozie acts nothing like you might come across at first. And by that I mean he's one of the more chilled characters in the game.
Relax, this isn't a parade, pal. But you know, we gotta be careful. Woozie Moo. But my friends call me Woozie. How you doing?
But it isn't what you know in life, it's who you know. So winning this race will be key to climbing out the gutter. And in the opening cutscene for this race, a familiar face is lurking in the background.
I think you're getting high on that country air, man.
Walking into the marker, Farewell My Love starts, and yep, Catalina is back. She also has a new victim, I mean lover, and Claude doesn't really have the same edge to him with his art style. I know it's the same engine, but he just looks a little soft. Maybe this was a happier Claude, before he spent so much time with Catalina.
That was a good release. Like hitting a man with a frying pan while he sleeps. This, Carl? This is my new man. Are you jealous? Are you going to fight for me?
And yeah, this is yet another racing mission in the countryside, but I guess it gets a little bit more use out of the landscape. Winning the race, Catalina has her own reasons why CJ made it out ahead.
Not only was he racing, but he was satisfied. Fully.
And instead of cash, CJ gets new digs, all whilst his cutscene essentially sets up GTA 3.
Hey, wait a minute, bitch! What is this shit?
They did to a garage in San Fierro. My lover needs his car so we can go to Liberty City.
After a weird call from the truth, Are You Going to San Fierro ties up loose ends in this region.
Peace. I've got everything you need, lone traveler. It's in the mothership.
The truth is as coherent as ever.
3 Rama. What the fuck's that noise?
As these two need to get out there and burn the little grow operation he's got going on, all before a chopper arrives. This just goes to prove that nobody can trust Tenpenny. And even though you need to burn this place before the chopper arrives, it basically gets here at the same time. There's also a little fun distortion effect on the screen, you know, because reasons. And if you don't know, go and ask Snoop Dogg. Now on board the mothership, CJ will have to drive this work of engineering art to San Fierro. It isn't a short trip, but at least the chat between the two makes us go by faster.
The engine block is held together with a macrame hammock and it's running on 15-year-old cooking oil.
Can you shoot?
Shoot? I'm a hippie. The only thing I've shot is acid. I heard about this dude snorted it once. Thought his nose was a kangaroo and the moon was a dog. Woo!
Wear Flowers in Your Hair starts off with CJ ranting about the apparent raw deal he's been given.
Motherfucker! That mute asshole, that fucking snake without a tongue, gave me this shithole instead of a pink slip.
But Kendall speaks the truth here.
You know what, Carl? You are a fucking idiot. Your whole life you wanted something for nothing. Now you've got something and you don't know what to do with it. We'll make it good enough. We'll help, right?
We got your back, CJ.
So with some of the truth's connections, it'd be time to get this garage up and running. And I don't know if it was a deliberate reference, but the title of this mission makes me think of Sean Connery in the shower.
If you're going to San Francisco, you're sure to meet some gentle people there.
It's also got unexpected ties back to Vice City, which surprise surprise flew over my head back in the day. Until pretty recently, to be honest, and Jeffro seems more than happy to leave his current position. Before picking up Dwayne, the truth wants to scope out the hospital.
It's over in Santa Flora district, west of here.
Yeah, you sick?
No, the government is, but that's a long story.
And for some reason he's a bit cagey about it.
Cover your faces. Think about a yellow rubber duck.
You tripping again.
Shh. Okay, I've seen enough.
Dwayne also seems happy enough to join the operation too, but he's not going to be tagging along. He'll make his own way there. Then the truth has another weird request.
If I told you, the likelihood is you'd get a probe up your ass within a month.
I am seriously getting pissed off right now.
There's that van again. Now it'd be time to pick up Zero, who just happens to be voiced by David Cross.
Oh, hey, Truth.
Get in. I'll fill you in as we drive.
You know, just one of the big name actors that appears in San Andreas. And yeah, he's only a mid-tier main character, but he makes the most of his minutes. If I was going to point to something I remember him in, it's probably Men in Black, or of course, Scary Movie 2.
Do you feel lucky? Punk? Do you feel lucky?
And just like that, CJ's got a new crew.
Caesar, this Jethro, Dwayne, and Zero.
Hey, man. Dude.
Salutations, my sibling.
Then closing out this mission, Kendall's got a plan to make some real money.
Look, you buy a dump like this, fix it up, and sell it. Or better yet, you turn the property into a business. The snowball gets bigger.
I don't know, sis. This all sound big time to me.
Look, Carl, this place is gonna get on its feet, and when it does, we are gonna have money. If you wanna make something of yourself, you gotta let your money work for you.
This was a fairly simple mission, but it basically lays the groundwork for the next chapter of this game, with new characters and missions showing up. It's also an excuse for the player to explore the city. You've got to appreciate the callbacks to Vice City and GTA 3 too. And afterwards, Zero's going to call CJ, as he's got some problems of his own.
Disaster! My landlord is selling the shop. I'll have nowhere to live, and no safe haven from Berkeley.
I'm looking to invest in some property at the moment. Maybe I'll swing by.
555 wee tips sees CJ running more errands for Tenpenny. It's also a test of his morals.
Hey, motherfucker, the code of the streets is that I don't snitch. I don't give a fuck if it kills you, me, my brother. Street cats don't call no cops.
Carl, he's a DA.
If not for one moment anyway.
Oh, yeah? Well, where I go find him?
For this one, CJ's got to play the role of a valet, after getting the appropriate uniform though. Then it's a case of getting the right car, grabbing the package from Tenpenny, and then getting back within a time limit. Oh, and you can't damage the car either. It's fairly simple, but yet again it's a way for Rockstar to sneak in another side mission. I appreciate all the content, but really, who wanted to be a valet in GTA? Finishing this mission, CJ drops the all-important tip.
Found anything? He's got half of Mexico in here. Must be 2 tons of Mary here.
What? But I've never seen. How could it be?
Hell of a defense you got there, buddy!
Deconstruction is just an excuse to cause a little bit of mayhem behind the garage, and any self-respecting brother would stick up for his sister.
Hold up, I got this. I need to go teach him a little respect, huh?
That's right.
Yeah. I've been thinking about getting me some new land anyway.
Bulldozing the site and killing the workers is the first step. And really, this mission should have been called Killdozer. And if you haven't heard about that real life event, then you should look that shit up. You can knock the Portaloo into the hole with a crane, but that's just a little too fiddly for me.
Oh God, no!
So the bulldozer does fine. Once he's in the hole, it'd be time to bury the poor fucking cement. Just like what the Undertaker did to Paul Bearer.
The cement! Oh my God!
Finishing the mission, Jeffro is going to call up CJ suggesting that he take some driving lessons, which just feels like a bit of padding if you ask me, but it's essential to the platinum, so you gotta play it.
Driving school? Man, exactly what you trying to say, man?
Nothing, man, nothing. It was Dwayne's idea.
Photo Opportunity starts off with a tip from Caesar.
We gotta find out who's supplying those cats.
But why did Rockstar make us drive halfway across the map just to talk to Caesar? This is one time when they could have just teleported the player. What made this worse is I flipped Caesar's car when I got out here, so I needed to go all the way back and do it again. Maybe I do need to go driving school.
Oh my fucking God! Hey, who flipped the world?
So after doing all that again, finally the mission ends up on a rooftop, and here's where the plot thickens.
How many of these clowns are there?
The next mission, Jizzy, is named after the character it features, which happens quite a lot in this game. It also sees the return of Woozie, as he runs down who was in the meeting.
These guys?
Yeah.
They're the Loco Syndicate. They're pretty big time, I think. Don't have any dealings with them. We don't touch blow. Now this guy runs things. I don't know his name. This guy is T-Bone Mendez. He's the muscle.
And who's that guy?
That's Jizzy B. He's the biggest pimp in town.
Thanks to The Godfather, I learned at a young age that pimping ain't easy, so Jizzy is going to need a bit of assistance. Hoe trains don't run themselves.
For a guy like me to work for a guy like Jizzy B?
Well, now that you mention it, I do have a slight problem. Something a little dumb muscle like yourself might be able to fix. Cause you see me, I'm intellectual.
Jizzy is also voiced by Charlie Murphy, former comedian and the late brother of Eddie Murphy. This mission feels like it could have been just left on the cutting room floor though. Running errands for the pimp is nothing special, but it's a means to an end. But chasing the preacher around the city of SF is a strong way to end this very meh mission, but only thanks to the unique layout of the city, and the random dialogue from the preacher. Once this is dealt with, guess what? This car has pimpin' based missions. But as the police are up my arse, there's no time for that now. And beating this mission, it'll also unlock Woozie as a mission giver.
Hey Carl, it's Woozie. Hey, if you got some time, I'd like for you to come over so we can talk about something.
Return to Jizzy, he'll be lecturing T-Bone Mendez. And Mendez looks like he's moments away from giving Jizzy a big old slap.
I ain't no retard, amigo.
Get into the ambush van, this happens. No idea what was going on there, but this mission is a bit of a wild goose chase, as you gotta chase all of these guys down and grab their packages, then just return to Jizzy. I guess it helps get CJ's foot in the door anyway.
T-Bone, pump your brakes, baby. Take a chill pill.
The next mission from Jizzy is at least a bit more creative. Getting to the club, Jizzy is winding up T-Bone again, but this is all interrupted when Mike Toreno calls for help.
Okay, just keep talking. Hey Holmes, Mike's in trouble. Let's bounce.
Mike's in the back of a vehicle on his cell phone, and all he can do is pass clues to T-Bone and Jizzy, as CJ tries to find his location. Also on this mission, Big Smoke and OG Loco spouting some bullshit on the radio.
From now, it's about making words rhyme, and I'm going toe-to-toe with you in a minute.
After killing the goons and, well, not destroying the van this time,
That's it. If you want to make an international...
Mike steps out the back and he's played by the one and only James Woods.
About time, T-Bone. Who the fuck is this?
After destroying the van and losing the heat, Mike wastes no time interrogating CJ, and this won't be the last time the two interact, not by a long shot.
Give me his wallet.
What? Hey, get on!
Quit struggling and concentrate on the road. Here you go, Mike.
Carl Johnson, huh? Alright, I've seen enough here.
Outrider sees Jizzy contact CJ this time. It looks like CJ might be finally making some inroads when this happens.
Hey! You a pinchy hooter or what?
but T-Bone was just having a little bit of fun.
Man, I'm just trying to make some money. Keep my mouth shut, I swear, man.
I almost had you, man.
Shame he and Mike don't help CJ for this escort mission though. This is one of those very GTA missions, and what I mean by that is, CJ's got to go around destroying roadblocks with a bloody RPG. Not just one, but several of them. And also casually wiping out gunmen on the streets. And they're all here trying to stop one van. I imagine the devs tested this one without the RPG and just found it far too sweaty. And really I thank them for giving us this handy street sweeper.
Welcome to America, asshole!
Because it's been a minute, it'd be time to say hello to some old friends. And Snail Trail starts off by saying the quiet part out loud.
Well, what we want is to get on with our jobs in peace without some damn bleeding heart liberal poking his nose into affairs he won't even understand.
But because this is San Andreas, we'll have to drive all the way across the map to follow the reporter. And for me, I just follow the train on the tracks because it's easier.
Oh, what you doing, my wheel?
The Spookometer makes a return, but you've really got to get close to screw this one up. Getting to the pier is a simple case of popping off some heads and that's it. Now just to drive all the way back, I guess. Ice Cold Killer starts off pretty abruptly, with Woozie leaving a message for CJ, rather than calling him up. Now why didn't Rockstar pay tribute to GTA 3, and have him narrate this as CJ reads it?
He's probably out in the bay as you read this. Steal a police boat and sink his career.
Missed opportunity right there. This mission also attempts to introduce the player to the silencer. But come on man, most of us picked up one at Mad Dog's mansion. Climbing down from the scaffolding, I don't even know why the devs bothered to introduce the silencer here, because I just kind of crouch walk up to Jizzy with no real resistance. It's great that CJ's allowed to verbally knock Jizzy down a peg too.
Ass selling, yay pushing, piece of shit trash.
Oh Lord, what y'all waiting on, huh? Somebody cap this nigga, man!
But after the cutscene, he just teleports away. Never mind though, because his goons don't stand up to buckshot. After a brief chase, Jizzy's forced out of his car, and I totally meant to juggle him with explosions here.
A district attorney is facing a long jail sentence after he was arrested outside.
And now with Jizzy's phone, CJ can take out the rest of the syndicate. The next mission though, well, it's kind of a disappointment. Sure, there are some major story implications for it, but in the grand scheme of things, no one really remembers or cares about T-Bone. It's Ryder that we're here for.
T-Bone's security got here real early. That was Woozie's boys, they're in place. Look down by the side entrance.
So how does he go out? Well, in just a really lame way. This guy's meant to be one of CJ's OGs from back in the day. These two are meant to be Grove Street for life, but he just tries to swim off. All this after CJ shoots his way through Pier 69, literally capping everyone in sight.
Your face, huh?
CJ and Caesar then finish off T-Bone. So now it's just Ryder left. And the weird thing about this mission is Ryder doesn't have any new dialogue. It's all reused from earlier.
Can't stop me.
He's headed for those boats!
Don't worry about it, I got this.
It's almost like CJ's talking to a soundboard or something like that, as he sends him to sleep with the fishes. So what was meant to happen with Ryder? Apparently he was meant to stay loyal to Grove Street, but obviously this was changed before the game shipped. So it looks like there wasn't much time to figure him out in the story, so they just plopped him here. And apparently this was all done to make Big Smoke the bigger bad in the end. But it's just a little weak for me, man. Rather than have Ryder just swim off and try and get away in a boat or whatever, he should have been betrayed by Big Smoke or something like that. The character deserved better.
I'm a motherfucking G.
Now it's time to take out the leader of the Loco Syndicate in Toreno's last flight, or so CJ thinks anyway. For some reason this mission was a clusterfuck for me this time around though. I don't know what it was, maybe the mixture of police and gang members, or just their positioning or something like that. For some reason it took me 3 attempts to nail this one. Even though this mission's simple as hell, once the helipad has been cleared, the choppers go try and make a break for it, but thankfully it conveniently follows a highway. So with 1 or maybe 2 rocket propelled grenades, that'd be the syndicate dealt with. And now the syndicate's in the ground, CJ can get back to building his businesses. So it's about time he paid Zero a visit, and this is an optional mission line. Thankfully one that I didn't miss this time around, but unfortunately this is where all the RC crap has been stuffed. Zero really sounds like any old account complaining online.
Hey, what up, Z?
Nothing is up, Carl, apart from my blood pressure and the imminent collapse of my hopes and dreams.
And as these two finally get to know each other, the culture clash is pretty amusing, I won't lie. But Berkeley isn't playing around as the air raid kicks off. And I've just got to mention again that David Cross was such a great choice for this character. He plays Zero so well, you just believe he is Zero, as he straddles the line of a believable super nerd, without going too over the top.
As usual, the forces of darkness have triumphed over good. Life is nothing but misery, briefly interspersed with agony.
Homie, what you on? Whatever it is, you need to reduce the dosage.
Excuse me, but I never take drugs. We all know drugs are for losers and or sex maniacs. And right now, sex is the last thing on my mind.
This mission though, it's a 3-minute long turret defense deal. With Zero somehow having access to a minigun with infinite ammo. Did he 100% MGS2 or something?
Infinite ammo.
All this to take down some RC planes is a bit overkill. If at least one transmitter survives, you never have to think about this one again.
Berkeley! As long as we have opposable thumbs, we will fight you!
Sticking with Zero's missions, it's like being teleported to a movie set in a high school or something. But some people would pay to be out there for more than 2 hours, I swear.
Man, them some pretty strong draws.
Yes, my hero. Carl, he came back and humiliated me. I shall probably turn to prostitution now, where I will be found dead and broken.
With supply lines, it'd be time to strike back at Berkeley, as we have control of some RC planes now. But this one's called the Red Baron, so that makes it cooler, right? Well, no, not really, no. Flying around San Fierro and taking out each courier by air can be a pain.
Only 2 left now, Carl!
So instead, this is the real way to handle this one. Even if they see the Red Baron coming, they just don't react. It also saves on fuel because that's a thing in this mission for some reason. I guess there needed to be some sort of tension for this one. Thankfully, after I took all 5 out, there was more than enough fuel to get back to base.
Ow! My crack.
Berkeley won't take this one sitting down though, so things are getting a little somber with Zero as the final battle approaches.
I am to engage in battle with Berkeley. At stake, honor, and our very lives. It's funny. I've never noticed before how beautiful this time of year can be. I may never again see Rome in the springtime.
New Model Army reminds me of something I played back on the PS1, and by that I mean the Army Men games, especially the Air Attack series. You've got to appreciate Rockstar's commitment to the bit here as well. Nobody was asking for these RC missions, but they kept cramming them in. And when there's so much more to do in this game, I've just got to imagine this was someone's passion project. This is the best of all the RC missions in any GTA game though, even if it essentially boils down to picking this thing up here and putting it down over there, be it a barrel getting in the way, a spare bridge, or some bombs to drop on a tank. Zero also makes sure to constantly remind CJ what he needs to do, like every 15 seconds.
Carl, there's no bridge! There's no bridge! Carl, I need a bridge, now!
And after all that busy work, Zero finally defeats his nemesis.
Ha ha! Ha! Berkeley, you, sir, are a loser.
Oh yeah, and the shop will now start earning $5 a time too. And because I'm trying to be as thorough as possible, it'd be now time to take CJ back to school. Now this is essentially a list of driving challenges, designed to see if the player can pull off a bunch of emergency stops and drifts, all while avoiding the cones. Sounds exciting, right? Now this is all side stuff, but you need to play this for the platinum. Scoring enough medals will eventually lead to the import-export car list, which is essential to the platinum, and that's a classic of the series at this point. The final challenge is at least something interesting, with it essentially challenging the player to get across town and back within a time limit and not get any damage. After that brief detour, it'd be time to pay Woozie a visit, and this place isn't really welcoming at first.
We're closed, Puckeye!
Easy, man, I'm here to see Woozie.
Is that a GTA version of Tony Soprano? I never noticed this guy before now. Then again, I wasn't really watching the show when it was first on air, but damn is it a masterpiece. And if anyone hasn't figured this out by now, well this guy fills us in on Woozie.
You know of the boss's curse?
Curse? Nah.
He's blind.
Blind? But we was just racing cars last week.
Yes, I know. He's blessed with unbelievable good fortune.
Then it'll be time to finally meet the guy again. As the head of the Mountain Cloud Boys, Woozie is the type of connection CJ needs in this town.
I can't use your help unless I'm open with you about who I am and what I do. Let me reintroduce myself. I am the boss of the Mountain Cloud Boys.
And it was clever of the devs to put CJ with the Triads, as they were essentially a faceless faction in GTA 3.
As Daidai-lo of the Triad, it is my responsibility to see that disputes are settled without damaging important business.
Getting to the location, I will never not be amused by seeing Woozie pretend he's not blind.
What's wrong? You lost? You need a hand?
No. I was just, getting the feel of the place. Stick close.
Bless Woozie, even if he is a crime boss and all that. Once the bullets start flying, this becomes more of a meat and potatoes GTA mission. But sometimes that's all you need from a game like this. Having Woozie along for the ride makes it more than amusing though.
You drive. I'll send them back to the sewers.
Return to Woozie, he'll introduce CJ to Run Far Lee.
How you doing?
Yeah, I'll be the same if I was trying to enjoy my ramen too. As for this mission though, it's another great GTA throwback, with picking up packages being the objective. Sounds easy enough, right? Well, of course, the car is being watched, and it's got a health meter, just for good measure. These fucks are mostly on the back of motorbikes though, so they really don't stand a chance.
Feel down? What do you expect, sympathy?
Stopping by Woozie's establishment, it seems like Ran Farley is ahead of his time. What's the old geezer doing with a wireless controller way back in 1992? The triads are in a bit of a bother, but CJ's been around the block more than once, and he lays things out how they need to be.
Why don't you cruise on out of here, lead them to a place quiet, and cap they flat asses?
Ran Farley approves of the lure.
We find you funny.
I think mostly because he can get back to his noodles and video games in peace. Heading all the way out to the countryside, it'll be a case of following the markers so Ran Farley can get out of town. Then this guy just doesn't seem to care that CJ tricked him. But then again, not every mission needs to end in a shootout.
It's decoy! Back to Chinatown!
Next up, Amphibious Assault feels like a personal attack on the players, who bitched about GTA not having swimming.
I need something taken care of.
What? Hey man, quit trying to distract me.
How are you in the water?
What you mean? Can I swim?
Yeah. Can you swim well?
No, I can't. Shit! Man, damn! How you do that?
Because don't worry, Rockstar have made sure that CJ can swim. So yeah, after far too much swimming, CJ can finally take on the next mission. I stopped capturing footage for this after a while, because honestly, this is so boring. It takes so long to build up CJ's lung capacity. Then Woozie has the cheek to let us know that he can't swim. What did I just waste the past half an hour on?
Seriously, when I'm in the deep water, it panics me. Plus, I'm terrified of eels and squid and seaweed and...
Okay, dude, see, I know you're just trying to make excuses now.
These two just work so well together though.
When I was a kid, swimming off the Santa Maria, I once got a condom stuck to my face.
Then Woozie drops this bombshell on us.
I have a confession to make. I'm blind.
I also love how CJ needs to clarify this.
One last thing. You do know that I'm black, right? And not Chinese.
I'm blind, Carl, not stupid.
The whole swimming part though, it wasn't even needed, but I guess that was the price to pay to finally have swimming in GTA. The aim of the first part of this mission is to remain undetected, as there's plenty of guards out here watching the perimeter. Or you could just shoot the bastards like I did. That works too. Then Rockstar plays their hands at stealth again, as CJ's got to try and remain undetected as he gets down below. Any excuse to silently take down a base, I'm never going to complain. But for now, planting a bug is all that's necessary before getting back to dry land. Things are moving so fast for Woozie, but with so much on his plate, CJ's got his back.
Don't even trip. I'ma handle this for you, alright?
Thanks, my friend. Your help and friendship has been invaluable to me.
The Dang Nang thing will see CJ return to the ship, but this time stealth isn't an option. This isn't a drive-by, it's a flyby.
They're gunning for us already. I see them. They're all over the containers. I got them, man. Right in my sight.
It also feels like ever since Black Hawk Down, everyone feels the need to shout out RPG.
RPG! Hold on! RPG! RPG! Where? Which side? We're hit! We're going down! Brace for impact!
Thanks to the crash, CJ just happens to lose his gear. I guess at this point the devs assume the player will be strapped to the nines, and they aren't wrong to be fair. So this makes for a pretty big difficulty spike out of nowhere. But as we are in the final stages of San Fierro, this is only to be expected. Thankfully there's some good old-fashioned health pickups here, as well as armor. Could you imagine having to find food and eat it during this mission? That'd take forever.
Not long until we're drinking cola in the free west, eh?
Breaching the hull. This layout is a bit easier to deal with, as we make our way to free the refugees.
Please! The snakehead tricked us!
So if anyone's going to pay for this crime, then Snakehead is going to get him. And getting up to him, it looks like it'd be time for an epic duel. If John Williams wouldn't come after me, I'd definitely overlay the Duel of Fates right now.
We settled this here!
I apologize.
Never mind then. With Snakehead dealt with and the refugees saved, CJ got to be the hero today. Back at the garage, CJ is feeling low. Even with some encouragement from Caesar, CJ is still grieving after being betrayed by the ones he used to ride with.
Man, I got homies I used to run with that turned their back on me over this.
And at least Ryder gets a mention here.
Fuck Ryder, man. That was my homie. And I killed him.
Fuck, midget deserved it, eh? Little asshole tried to bang your sister, you know that?
No.
Just when it looks like the Loco Syndicate is dead and buried, there'll be one more mission focused on this group. To put them out of action for good this time, CJ doesn't have the necessary artillery to take out a crack factory, so a car bomb should do the trick.
She's packing enough to take out that crack lab.
Shame 8-Ball couldn't make the trip though.
Yo, my man!
Now the trick with this one is to get out the car and waste all the fucks before driving in. I made the mistake of not doing so the first time around, and it got pretty messy. The bloody police got involved both times as well. Like, piss off you fucks. I'm technically doing you a favour. With only 40 seconds to spare once the car is placed, the AK will be CJ's best friend. And with one last stun, the Syndicate is finally dealt with. But after finishing this mission, CJ gets a strange call from someone disguising his voice.
This is a friend of yours. I've got some information relating to your brother. Come to my ranch and I'll explain.
Getting to the mystery man's ranch, he won't be there, but he's got a challenge for CJ. For some reason, driving a monster truck around the desert is vital to progress in the game.
What it look like I'm made of? Pudding?
No, anger and hate. That's what I like about you. Hey, there's a truck in the garage. I say we take it for a spin.
But taking a look back, this was really the devs making us explore a new landscape again, because the desert is where CJ is going to be spending most of his time for the next batch of missions. I get it passing time, but wait. McMahon? So is this what Vince gets up to when he's not been a degenerate?
Damn it, you people think this is funny!
And once that's done, the mystery fellow calls back.
Son, get back to the ranch and I'll explain everything. And I mean everything.
Hijack starts with someone coming back from the dead. Turns out he really wasn't part of the Syndicate.
Well, you think I'm a drug dealer? And you think you're a crusader for good? Do you have any idea what's going on? Any idea whatsoever? Do you? Do you?
Nah, I pay as little attention to things as possible.
Do not be a smart ass with me.
And most people should have seen this coming, because Rockstar wouldn't cast James Woods in such a minor role back then. Today it might have been a bit different, but not get into that.
Yes, when we last met, I was involved in battling threats in Latin America by any means necessary.
And Toreno is a G-man, through and through. You know, getting other people to do his work for him, as he throws whoever he wants or whatever country he wants into chaos. You know, all just to protect the homeland. He even helped CJ rally Caesar into this.
I got here as fast as I could, CJ.
Yeah, you sure did. How you know I needed help?
Man, you losing it, Holmes. You phoned me a half hour ago.
I did? I mean, oh yeah, I did.
This mission though, it can be a bit fiddly to line the bike up with the truck, but it's cool to see one-time tricks in missions like this, because someone had to sit there and program this. I don't think it shows up in any other mission. I don't know how they managed to get that thing in CJ's garage though, but video games I guess. There are still a few missions left in San Fierro though, so it'll be time to clean up these optional missions before moving on. But first, CJ and the crew need a little bit of downtime. Well, that is until Kendall kicks their asses into gear.
So this is it, huh? The great new business venture that's supposed to save all of our worthless lives?
Want to get in?
Look, I thought this was supposed to be our foot on the ladder.
This mission plays on the traditional GTA formula, with it implementing Zero's tech and know-how, as the player's going to have to follow a trail left by the target's cell phone. This could have just been a timer left on screen, but instead it's a bunch of red markers that slowly fade away. Stealing this pretty average car will unlock the mod shop across the street. Test Drive is basically GTA meets Fast and Furious, in a sense. It also gives CJ and Caesar time to catch up.
There's 2 cars on the list, they say, and they're in the showroom across town. Let's go get them.
There's the little moments like this to help flesh out the world and characters back then. This is pretty much commonplace now, but back in the day this was kind of new.
Kendall seems to like it too, you know?
Oh yeah, she's really getting her head into this business thing.
That's good. She always been the brains of the family. She should get out together and make something of herself.
I think she's aiming to make something out of all of us, eh?
Getting to the car dealership, Dominic Toretto will be proud, because this is some proper family shit.
Ah, you a maniac, S.A.?
Hammer, singing about setting things on fire, shooting up.
Driving around the city, blowing off a bit of nitrous, and of course taunting the cops. You know, proper bonding time. Sticking with the garage, things are starting to settle down for the Los Santos outcasts. And for optional missions, there's some great character work here, so it's a shame that some players will miss this.
We're almost living a normal life, huh? This is far from Grove Street, right?
Yeah, I know, but I just can't get it out the back of my mind. Moms, sweet, smoke. I just can't let that go.
Customs Fast Track is essentially a crane game, but on a much larger scale, and it ends in the shootout because GTA. This finally unlocks the imports-exports missions, so that'd be another trophy to tick off. And collecting vehicles was a staple of the PS2 trilogy.
That was like a piece of tortilla, Holmes.
Puncture Wounds rounds up the garage mission line, and mops up the last mission in San Fierro. Poor Caesar's not having the best of times though.
We gotta find a way to stop her or slow her down.
So before heading out to the desert and beyond, CJ's gonna have to take a page out of the cops' books.
You know what? I think I got an idea.
Though at the start of this one I accidentally run 2 of the gets over. And of all the cars to chase, was this really worth the hassle? I mean, look at it. I'm no gearhead, but this looks pretty average to me. CJ then plays mechanic before getting this thing back on the road. And yeah, that's it, that's the mission. As the last garage mission is pretty lackluster, but at least Wang's car starts generating $8 grand a time. With San Fierro in the rearview mirror, it'd be time to get back to Toreno with all his crazy plots. And before CJ can get a word in, Mike makes it clear that he's got all the cards.
And what you knowing about my brother?
Relax. He's in prison upstate. D-Wing, cell 13. To the left, I got a child killer who wants to rip his throat out. To the right of him, I got a white supremacist who wants to eat his heart, to be precise.
Then the realities of what he gets up to comes out.
It's all white knights and heroes. We have to make decisions, kid. You know, I try to set bad people on other bad people, and sometimes I let good guys die. He's your brother, but to me, he's just collateral. It's a very delicate decision. Over here, you got all the scumbags inside the country. And over here, you got all the scumbags outside the country. And me and my colleagues, we're the fucking pivot.
This section of the game really stands out as Rockstar pivoting it away from what they've set up so far. CJ started off as a gangbanger, but now is a de facto government agent. And to be honest, it's the shake-up that San Andreas needed. And because this is the desert, there's going to be a bunch of driving. Getting to the spot, interdiction really kicks off.
Toreno, where you at?
Using one of the free off-road vehicles, it's a mad dash up the mountain to get the package. You've really got to wonder how many times the government is working against itself like this, because I bet it's more than we think. With all the choppers dealt with, Toreno has more instructions for CJ. The only thing left to do is drive back through the desert.
Where are you? You giving me the heebie-jeebies, man.
Carl, I will always be watching, or listening, or both.
Rockstar don't hold off with their G-Man conspiracies in the next mission either.
This history, it's all lies. It says Hitler killed himself, and that we nuked Japan. And people believe this shit. Jesus.
And yeah, Toreno was never gonna let Sweet free that easily.
Man, what did you want? Is you gonna free my brother?
No, not now. And here's a little news flash. I said that to get you to do something for me.
Man, you real fucked up.
But the shocker is, we are gonna look after him.
But the mission itself is fairly straightforward in the grand scheme of things, as there really isn't anything going on in Verdant Meadows. Fun fact, this is one of the 3 missions that you can take your time to complete it, and by that I mean you can play this mission while other missions are active. House Party and Jizzy are the other 2 missions like this, the more you know. Unfortunately the airstrip costs a little bit more than $1, and I guess the devs must have worked out how much money the player would have by this point, because it pretty much wipes me out. But thankfully I had enough to progress. Now there's no point owning an airstrip and not being able to fly, so Toreno's already accounted for this.
So listen, now, you're gonna have to learn how to fly.
No, I ain't.
Yes, actually you are.
And there's nothing glamorous here, just CJ learned to fly all sorts. At least Rockstar went all the way with this form of transportation too. But fuck the parachute mechanic, man, that thing never works right. Finishing this, Woozie would get back in touch, but CJ's got some unfinished business with Toreno first.
I got a little business proposition for you. Come over and see the setup, my friend.
Okay, for sure, I like that.
Like it? You're gonna love it! It's the Four Dragons Casino in Las Venturas. I'll see you soon, yeah?
Even though CJ owns the airstrip, it certainly doesn't feel like it with Toreno about.
Get you again, Carl! You're half asleep. I could have killed you in 9 different ways.
Conveniently enough, he can't do his own dirty work, and he even has a good reason for it, kind of.
I got 5 guys watching me all the time. I got 2 in that hill, 1 over there, and 2 by satellite. If I go, my guys and I will be dead. I don't have a death wish. I'm a man of peace, son.
Honestly, it's just a great time listening to James Woods clearly have fun with this role. He hasn't acted for so long, I forget how great he was.
Game. Set. Match.
NOE is a fairly decent mission when it comes to flying anyway, with it taking everything from flying school and pretty much implementing it here. You've got to beat the clock, but also not go above the radar, and by this point you've got to be fairly proficient with planes to get through this one. Because the time doesn't stop once you made the drop, and the radar is still something to watch out for. And without said radar you could just fly above everything and be done with it, but it forces the player to deal with oncoming obstacles, just to shake things up.
What's Toreno up to now?
Stowaway starts off kind of abruptly, with the airstrip coming under siege from other G-men. Of course Toreno disappears out of nowhere.
What's your take on this?
Damn! I thought them was your people.
And apparently the big man of all people signed off on this one, so CJ better get on it before he gets the big leg.
Now yeah, it's a dirty job, but somebody's gotta do it. But if you screw this up, it causes a tinderbox situation all over Latin America and the Middle East.
Just like that, Toreno skulks away, leaving CJ to catch up with his plane. And there's hardly any time to make it to this as well. There's literally no room for error, so you've got to be on the ball straight away. Then on the plane, it becomes a pseudo game of Donkey Kong. Why do all these G-men have so many barrels? Ninja Sword beats fists though. So with the bomb planted. This is clearly the most epic mission pass screen in this game. Waiting for nightfall, it'd be time for Project Black. But this isn't a Toreno joint, as the truth shows up, and he's got a whole bunch of truth to tell.
We pay them to lie to us. Is that what our founding fathers wanted? No more, friend. No more. We're not alone.
Get off me, man! What's going on?
Wish I could see the guy's face though, but I've complained about the lighting enough in this game already. And with such a quick brief from the truth, we now have to break into Area 69. There are countless guards here, so the best approach is a silenced one. Well, to start with anyway. Just like everyone's favourite spies. Searchlights also become a bit of a hassle. They won't be as effective at first, but they'll eventually spot CJ.
This is a code red.
So after going loud and taking out a bunch of defences, jumping through an air vent will be the way to go now. And this base is full of personnel to protect this project. And of course a few scientists get in the way. First up will be to deactivate the sand defences, so flying out of here won't be an issue. Then it'll be time to go for the true objective, after getting a keycard anyway.
Please, no more violence. Take my pass card and go.
And why do some of these scientists have a German accent? Maybe there were some paperclips involved. Getting to the bottom of the base, the legendary jetpack will be waiting. Now I know most players got this first via a cheat back in the day, because that's how we all played this game way back when. It's incredibly nimble and makes getting around trivial. Really, it's the ultimate mode of transport.
Take him out! That's a $60 million project!
But as I was capturing footage, I used it sparingly. I stuck with how the game was meant to be played, mostly.
Far out, have a nice trip, dude.
Hey, wait a... was it too much to ask to get a lift into town?
The last mission from the airstrip, Green Goo, is set up to make use of the Truth's new toy.
Whoa, hey, man, look out! Oh.
This mission line went from government business to truth conspiracy in no time. And this is what I mean by Rockstar having fun with this latter portion of the game. I've played my fair share of train missions in my time, but I think this is the only train heist that has a jetpack in it. Working through the soldiers and crates, we'll eventually come across the Truth's sacred green goo. CJ doesn't get a share of the goo though.
Ooh, everything is different now.
But at least the airstrip will now generate a nice 10 grand a time. With a new city to explore, there's bound to be new problems. Las Venturas is run by the Mafia, and the poor triads just want a piece of the pie for themselves.
So, that's what you've been doing?
Yeah, it's been a complete nightmare. You want a stomach ulcer? Try opening a triad casino in a Mafia-run town.
Turns out CJ's new connection is finally paying off too.
And I'm not about to hand over all our profits to some wise guy Italians.
Our profit?
That's right, you heard me. I want to offer you a share in our casino in exchange for some help setting it up.
And instead of just whacking the troublemaker, CJ's got another idea.
You know what? I think we're gonna take a little drive.
Vendor Ketchup is all about scaring the guy on the bonnet, with a scarometer for a handy visual. Driving erratically and as fast as possible will fill this up, as we watch this wise guy turn into a wimp.
It was a mob too. Slow down for God's sake!
Sticking with Woozie for now, the situation's about to get a little explosive. But the weird thing is, this is all to set up optional missions later.
The glorious sound of a hole-in-one.
These really should have been mandatory. And getting to the quarry, this mission is a race against time, as the dynamite that the player needs is rigged to blow up. Because video games.
You should back down and run away.
And then because reasons, a little stunt work is going to be required to get out of this place. And you better bet this mission unlocks a new type of submission in the quarry. And yeah, this mission unlocks architectural espionage, which I'll get into soon, but I didn't notice it at this time.
Delivery for Woozie. Hey, you be careful with that.
You've Had Your Chips opens up with more Woozie and CJ antics.
Hit me.
Are you sure, man?
Yeah, I'm going for a 5-card hand. Come on.
Okay. Here. I'm a stick. What you got?
How would I know? You tell me.
This man just won't accept his blind willy. Rockstar could have also gone so many ways with Woozie, but having his criminal boss be light-hearted was such a great choice.
Boss, take a look at these 2 chips.
One's a fake.
That's amazing. You didn't even touch him.
No, I just took a guess. Why else would he come in with 2 chips and sound so worried?
CJ's gonna have to take it to the Sindaco family for their treachery, just to help out his partner in crime. And there are 2 ways to approach this factory, head on or over the fence. But both really end up the same way. That is killing all the goons and blowing up the equipment. Just when you think CJ is going to take another mission from Woozie, this next mission is going to send him to the desert, all to find some familiar faces, for the players at least, and trust the truth to send CJ out on a wild goose chase.
I took some fellow travelers deep into the desert on a peyote safari a few nights back. We faced the inner light and communed with the Lizard King.
Sound fun. How'd it go?
That's the problem. I don't know.
Getting to the desert, we stumbled across some accents that always bring a smile to my face.
Stone me bloody crows. Oh, where am I?
I don't know, mate. I was having a dream. I was wanking over some fat bird's tits when this twat turned up.
I wonder how many people learned the term wanking thanks to this game, because I'm pretty sure this is just British slang. This is some first-class writing right here.
I told you a million times not to put stuff in my fucking drink.
Oh, piss off, kidder.
Also, Kent Paul of all characters is back. You'll have to see it. And he's yet again voiced by Danny Dyer, because who else could take up this mantle?
Top luxury that men want in their house.
Porn.
Porn?
Porn.
As the luxury in their house. A window into Danny Dyer's world.
These two guys are such a mess though, and you just gotta love it. Especially Kent's sly dick here.
Come on, fucking Northerners.
But CJ can't go straight back to Venturas, as he's got to follow up some leads.
That there city boy has gone and been with my prize hog.
Christ, these snake farm owners are something else. And let it be heard here that nobody was complaining about this. So just let Rockstar take the piss out of everyone, okay?
I'm gonna slap you silly for giving me and my fella the red bumpies.
What in tarnation?
Just like the guys over at South Park, we all just need to chill and laugh at ourselves sometimes. Getting out of the sticks, the boys want to pay a visit to Rosie. And my god was I so happy to hear this disheveled voice again.
I have a migraine. Oh, Rosie, son, it's me, Paolo.
Oh, God. My despair is complete. Okay, let him in.
William Finchner is back as Kent Rosenberg, and this is really a treat. Of all the characters to return in this game, him and Kent Paul are my favourite.
Rosie, how are you, me old son?
I pray that one day I can escape my perpetual torment and retire in peace and comfort 1,000,000 miles away from anyone I've ever fucking known, and instead, I get this!
And it's a nice way to reference Vice City without having a direct route back to him. And Rosenberg really hasn't changed either. If anything, he's more dishevelled now. Time's not been kind to Rosenberg though. He and Vassetti must have enjoyed that Colombian snow a bit too much. And little did the truth know, this was CJ's way into the Mafia casino, as missions for Rosenberg and Kent Paul will now become available.
Give us some space, would you, son? I'll give you a tinkle later.
All right, for sure.
Not you, Macca.
Oh, you twat.
Unbelievable.
This is where things get a little messy though. As I mentioned on my last playthrough, I forgot to do the heist mission line. And to be fair on my part, the icon is a bit inconspicuous. When you look at this part of the map, it's covered with shit. But I'm not one of those posers that complains about having icons all over the map. Because I like my video games to look like video games. And I do love my fair share of Ubisoft games. Checkbox games can hit the spot sometimes. You know when you've got a bunch of audiobooks or podcasts to get through. So now I'm going to travel back in time to an older save, with a different CJ in a parallel universe. Hello? Did that work? Okay, cool, sick. On the other side of the Four Dragons Casino, this is where the heist is going to pick up some steam, thanks to some architectural espionage. I would ask why is Woozie standing here in the dark, but then again I forget he is blind.
Woozie? Oh, Carl. You could at least turn the lights on.
Oh, I thought I had. But this window here must let some light in.
Yeah, this perfect right here.
These two having a back and forth never gets old. Rocking up to the planning department, unfortunately you just can't snap a photo and get out.
Okay, sir, are you aware that the reproduction of such plans is prohibited?
Yeah, I'm only after some reference.
So after a little distraction and a quick photo, all it's left to do is shoot your way out of here. Honestly, the combat shotgun was made for missions like this. With the plans to the place, CJ thinks he's got this whole thing figured out. But there's just one
more thing!
You gotta appreciate the Love Fist Easter egg here too. Wonder what those guys get up to.
We need some drugs, pal! I should have dumped you off.
Key to her heart plays into our fatal weaknesses, but this does not go how anyone would expect. Following the woman after her shift, she doesn't just go home.
Go to hell. It's time for clucking bell.
CJ just happens to follow someone who's into kinkier stuff. Things get to another level once CJ makes it past those Candy Sucks classics.
It's nice and tight.
I'm sure you'll squeeze in just fine. Let's have a look.
Now why did this mission bother with a spookometer if CJ can just stand right there? And look, the most unbelievable thing about this game is how fast she gets changed. And then CJ gets into a gimp suit at record time. I swear it takes me at least a few minutes to get into my skinny jeans. Getting back to her house, it's not that obvious who the gimp's gonna be. Well, I say this, but he is walking down the street with a double-ended dildo. I bit like this universe's Darth Maul. I take it they never met before either, as she doesn't mess around. And just like that, we have a new digital girlfriend.
Come on in. I'm ready for you.
You've been a naughty girl.
And for some reason, Millie does this all backwards. A bit like how my generation dates, but without the bondage. Because now CJ's got to wine and dine her before he gets back into the sheets, and eventually get her keycard. She doesn't even give CJ a kiss now.
Hey!
After a few days, she will come around, but first she wants to do something a bit fun. And her idea of fun is driving around at the speed limit. No more, no less. How exciting. For someone who lives in a sex dungeon, I just don't get this.
Slow down, CJ, I mean it!
But yeah, after a few of these weird days, CJ scores again and gets that keycard. You could just kill her for it, but I'm a gentleman, what can I say?
Listen, I thought about that little scheme you told me about. Don't worry, I haven't told anybody, not even my mom. I've left the keycard and the door code in my bedroom.
Millie girl, you will not regret this.
Now we can get back to business with Damn and Blast. And still to this day, this cutscene never fails to amuse me.
I appreciate your input, but please, fuck off.
What'd he say?
He said fuck off. Come on, let's get out of here.
Hey, what are you still doing here?
I live here.
Oh, okay, you can stay.
Sometimes humor just needs to be simple, like this mission, because all CJ needs to do is steal a plane, then shut down a dam, and then get back to the casino. You know, an ordinary day in San Andreas. Skydiving to the dam, the parachute fails me once again. I hate this bloody thing. And then the mission strips the player of all their gear, without even explaining why. This is never a good thing. At least we get it all back once the mission is over. Inside the dam, things are pretty simple. Stay in the dark until the guards look the other way, then take them out. So basically someone on the team really wanted to make Splinter Cell. Once the bombs are planted, that's it really. I never set off an alarm, but the ending cutscene made it feel like there was going to be a big chase.
We've got him trapped! There's no way off that ledge.
There isn't one though. Still in the poor janitor's home, he's basically part of the crew now.
Question, how does the Mafia normally move cash out of Caligula's?
Bingo. Stripes for Mr. Zero here.
Hey, good job, you little ass kisser.
Ow.
Cop wheels is something else though. You need to grab 4 separate cop bikes in a strict time limit all over the city. Honestly, I don't know how I managed to do this first time round, but I did.
You get the Packer, hit the Julius Thruway and keep moving.
I don't think I was paying attention to the instructions in this one, but the key here is to pay attention to where the truck is, so you can steal the closest bike and get back to it in the shortest time. But because I wasn't paying attention, I went back to the casino first, and then realised I had to follow a moving target. But man, I really don't know how I managed to wing this one, because I think I had like 30 seconds to spare.
I have an idea. Have you ever seen those helicopters they use to lift heavy loads?
Yeah, they call them sky cranes. We could lift the whole truck and take them to someplace safe.
Up and Away introduces something that would become a fan favourite in GTA 5. And we also used something similar in the final battle against Berkeley, after infiltrating another base, and a classic turret sequence. Now all we need to do is grab the truck with the sky crane and not crash. It doesn't seem like much at first, but it's a lot to ask when this thing wobbles all over the place.
You never cease to amaze me.
Good looking. Where's Woozie?
I don't know. He insisted on driving here himself. It could be anywhere.
With all the preparation work done, it'd be finally time to kick off the heist. Breaking the bank at Caligula's is one of the most complex missions in the game. And I've got to say it again, but it's wild how this can be missed. And I wonder how many players missed this and never knew it was a thing. Sure, Woozie does call you up later about it, but still it's missable.
Are we doing this heist or have you gone soft on me again?
This mission even brings back Zero in a significant way, as he plays the role of mission leader for a while.
Okay, this is it. Play it cool, Carl. Play it cool.
Or at the very least, he's this mission's cue. The first section of the mission requires the player to act natural, as CJ infiltrates the staff-only areas, all thanks to Millie's swipe card.
You new? Yeah, I'm standing in for Jerry, he's ill.
Who's Jerry?
Shut up.
What?
I think I got Jerry's call.
With the help of some gas, the guards down in the vault won't cause much trouble. For a large portion of the mission, the lights are going to be out as well, so those night vision goggles won't be coming off anytime soon. Man, the devs really like Splinter Cell, didn't they?
I can't see Jack.
Oh, and the fucking forklift truck makes a return as well, but it's nowhere near as awkward, thank Christ. Bless Woozie for trying to lead the crew as well.
I've gone over the layout to this place so I know it back to front. Everybody follow me.
And yeah, they got me again with this joke. This gag never gets old.
Damn! The devious bastards have changed the layout!
Don't worry, I'll take the lead, boss.
Good idea.
I've also just noticed the bloody janitor is here too. That's a true commitment to the bit. I should also mention that this mission is on a constant timer, but thankfully even after getting lost a few times, I still had time to clear it. There's also a ton of guards to shoot here too. And sure, you'd expect this to be a big part of this mission, but it's almost like Rockstar wasn't confident having this mission not having a lot of combat in it. Or something like that, I'm just guessing. And yeah, thanks Zero. I think everyone's going to be suspicious after all that gunfire.
Hurry it up, gentlemen. They know something's wrong. Someone else is in the system.
With the generators blown up, the vault is fair game. Then an unsuspecting rival returns.
Carl, you've got mafia guerrillas coming to the vault and... Curse you, Berkeley! Curse you!
The entire mission is a perfect excuse to break out the combat shotgun though. I love me the AK and Tech 9, but variety is the spice of life. I get CJ being the decoy as they escape the casino, but I really think the player gets the raw end of the deal here, because personally I think it'd be much more fun driving around the armoured truck, or being part of the fake police escort, rather than just shooting more guys and then parachuting off the top of a bloody building. And yeah, I don't make it to the helicopter because the parachute is just straight shit. So after a scramble to the airport, it'd be time to fly to CJ's airport, where the rest of the crew's gonna be waiting.
I didn't mean to tell Berkeley. It just kinda came out, is all.
Were you watching, you idiot? Hey, CJ, calm down. You better take me home, CJ.
And thank God the game doesn't make us drive Woozie back home. It's also now time to leave this CJ behind, as we go back to the other dimension. But remember kids, never delete your saves, because you never know when they're gonna come in handy. It's about time CJ checked in on Rosenberg for the next mission. Intensive care. Or as Ken Paul calls him, Rosie.
Crack on, Rosie. Spit it out.
I threw it all away. Okay, I had the power, the money, the ladies, but I couldn't lay off the blow. So I went into rehab, and everything went to shit, but so what? So when I came out, I started representing the Liberty City mob again. And that's how I ended up here.
And just like that, we get a little bit more insight into what happened down in Vice City, and the current situation with the Mafia in Liberty City. Even with CJ keeping a level head, poor Rosie just can't chill.
So now I spend my days waiting for one family to cap me and blame the other one. My only friend is a bird named Tony.
I never fucked anyone over in my life who didn't have it coming to him.
As for the mission, it's essentially a game of ambulance whack-a-mole. All as CJ tries to find the one that holds Johnny. Once in the ambulance, I wouldn't ever want to be the one dropped off at this place.
I didn't think he was going to be discharged till tomorrow.
The meat business then sees the return of Prime Rosie. He just needed the correct medicine.
Oh, baby, I'm back! I am back! Let's get this show on the road!
The good doctor has revived the patient.
Thank you,
Sweet
thank
as my
you,
son.
Though this is a new kind of Rosie, the guy looks like he's ready to take on the world. And in a rare appearance, Rosenberg's going to join CJ for this mission. William Finchner is also really going for it this time.
Look, you gotta come with me this once. If I pull this off, I can carry on. I know I can, but please, you gotta come with me. I'm gonna squirt my ass all over the floor. Just this once, please, please, please.
Okay, chill.
The man adds so much to Rosenberg. I don't know how he can channel this much chaotic energy. But can Rosie hold it together as they meet Johnny? Then just the sight of CJ does this apparently.
Oh God, it's oh, my heart. My heart. Damn, that nigga fucked up.
Then everyone teleports away as the mission really starts. Standard San Andreas logic at this point, and for some reason this cutscene gets a little cinematic. This isn't your classic escort mission though, because once Rosie puts the fire out, he's going to get to safety. And I don't know why, but this mission really reminds me of Max Payne, in terms of the aesthetics anyway, and that dramatic cutscene. Then freeing Rosie from the freezer, there's another little nice nod to Vice City.
Oh, you're too kind.
This is so exciting, Tommy. It's like old times.
Who the fuck is Tommy?
Driving back to the casino, Rosie is an emotional rollercoaster, and I don't think anyone believes Rosie here.
Calm. Yeah, calm. I'm calm. Real fucking calm. I'm calm, Mr. Calm, Mr. Calm. That's me, Mr. Calm.
CJ then gets a call from his ex-lover after this mission, because Catalina just can't let go.
I ain't interested in the stupid games.
Stupid games? This is my heart you play with.
What? Look, you damn! Gotta change my number.
San Andreas is about to take a bit of a left turn, as now we get to see the results of CJ's actions, which is something this game does well a few times actually, rather than every mission being isolated from the rest. Catching up with Mad Dogg, he's clearly seen better days. And yes, I gotta mention it again, but look at this mission at night.
Hey, Mad Dogg! What you doing up there, fool? Come on,
Do I know you?
Already. Don't be a wuss.
I don't think so, so shut the fuck up.
And then during the day.
This is the end. So,
And then during the night, day, night, day, night, night, day. Why couldn't this game light night better? But anyway, I gave Rockstar their flowers for setting missions during whatever time you came to them. But GTA 3 and Vice City just lit their cutscenes better. Oh, and Mad Dogg is played by the legendary Ice-T.
All the kids like this Loco G or whatever the fuck his name is, some fake ass gangster rapper bullshit. Liquor's my only friend.
And I wonder if he ever thinks about this role anymore, because he's really gone on to do so much since then. Mostly Law and Order, but he did show up in that one Leprechaun movie when he went to the hood.
You know what I'm saying? Smack your bitch up.
Ice-T is a legit gamer though, so much so that he ended up in Gears of War 3.
Got some nerve coming around here asking for favors, motherfuckers.
And he tweets about gaming quite often, or at least he used to anyway.
And all the members of the Final Level Twitter gang, FLTG's in the building.
You know, back when social media was a bit more fun. And even though he's got a minor role in San Andreas, he really maximizes his minutes. Mad Dogg is committed to jumping though.
Stay the fuck away! Stay the fuck away! I'm the best rapper in the universe! I'll jump! I'll jump!
So thankfully there just happens to be a flatbed to break his fall. I don't know if CJ is doing this out of the kindness of his heart, or eventually for revenge. But we will be seeing Mad Dogg again later.
Brandy, goddammit! Get the brandy!
Fishing the barrel is less of a mission, and more of a cutscene, as CJ takes co-ownership of the Four Dragons Casino. But because of data miners, we found out this was going to be an actual mission. CJ will be escorting Ranfali to the airport, whilst the Mafia try and take him out. But it never made the final cut. This isn't really devastating as there's so many missions in this game, and CJ has only just started to work with the Mafia too, so it wouldn't really make sense with the story.
Gentlemen? Or shall I say partners?
Oh, I drank to that.
Though is that settled, Rosenberg will call up with a major update.
The Leone family has made their move. Salvatore's here. Now, he's taken over Caligula.
By the time CJ gets to the casino, the place is under new management. Salvatore is actually here, the very one from GTA 3. Frank Vincent is back in the role as well, and all I've got to say is, this was very unexpected back in the day.
I don't usually do this kind of shit, you know.
I like this girl. What's your name, kid?
Maria.
This section of San Andreas blends all three games together quite naturally, as Rockstar sprinkle in elements from its past games to make this film more connected. Though this is no way an Easter egg fest, and it doesn't give Star Wars small galaxy syndrome like it's got these days. Because you know, it's quite neat seeing Salvatore meet his trophy wife Maria for the first time, and she's played by returning actor Debbie Mazar. She's going to go on to cause some trouble of her own in Liberty City. Then it turns out CJ's got connections back to Liberty City as well, as he worked with a member of the family, so that puts him in Salvatore's good book straight away.
You know my Joey? I like that. So kid, what can I do for you?
Well, Ken, vouch for me, I'm a straight killer.
Oh, one-man fucking army. A real dependable. Total fucking maniac, too.
But this mission might as well be as elaborate as the trap that Kent, Paul, and Naka found themselves in.
You stay where you are, Rosenberg. I don't want you getting yourself lost.
Because you don't just go to the airport and set up an ambush. No, that'd be too simple. This mission is a mid-air heist of all things. And I'm sorry to be that guy, but in no universe does this make any goddamn sense. You have to intercept the plane, and then apparently keep up speed with it as this happens. I'm no scientist, but I don't think this propeller plane can keep up of a jet engine. Somehow it does, and then somehow this happens. CJ would not be moving forward in this scene. He'd be flying off in the other direction. Then somehow after getting inside the plane, we get a mini-game of Time Crisis. And to be that guy again, I don't think you can shoot guns in most planes. If anything, Goldfinger taught me this. Landing the plane, that'd be mission complete. And yeah, sure, this mission was a little over the top, but it doesn't really ruin anything. I'm just nitpicking. At the end of the day, it's just a bit of an oversight.
Hello, Carl. Been a long time, huh?
Even all the way out in Las Venturas, CJ still can't escape the clutches of Tenpenny. And Pulaski's here too, having a bit of a cook-up.
Where's Hernandez with that fucking meat? He's been gone too long, Tenpenny.
Misappropriation starts off a bit differently though. It seems like things aren't doing all that well back in Los Santos. Tenpenny's trying to project a hard exterior, but we can start to see the cracks.
Oh, how you like that, you piece of shit? That give you any idea how edgy I am? Whoa! Get up, bitch!
And I've just got the feeling Tenpenny's come all the way out here because he's got no cars left to play Los Santos. The Sharks are circling, and CJ's the lucky one who's got to clean up this mess. As for the mission, it can go fuck itself though. I don't know why, but this one never really gelled with me. A shootout at some ruins in the desert is right up my street, but having to chase this guy in a helicopter afterwards is pure hassle. Especially as you can't destroy the helicopter as well, because this happens. So I just fly around the mission and circumvent this altogether. It's that easy. Shoot the target, grab the dossier, and get the hell out of there. And after this, Tenpenny will be in touch.
You get that dossier?
Yeah, I got the files. What you want me to do with them?
We need to meet up someplace quiet and take care of things.
High Noon continues directly after the last mission, as this uneasy alliance with Tenpenny is about to come to an end, because loose ends are about to be tied up.
Hey, everything cool now?
I don't know, Carl. Eddie?
Our boy's done good.
No! You snitch piece of shit! You vato asshole! You sold us out!
Pulaski doesn't get whacked, but it looks like this is the first time he's at the short end of the stick in a while.
You take care of things.
Huh? Where are you going?
To get drunk and get laid. You got a problem with that?
No, Frank, relax.
After digging a hole for two, CJ even tries to talk sense into him, and he's not wrong here.
Eddie, Tenpenny's just using you. He's using all of us. You're the next one he's gonna silence, man.
Shut the fuck up, scum! And it's Officer Pulaski to you. Fucking die!
With one final action, Hernandez essentially saves CJ here. Chasing Pulaski, you've got to love the idea that these two can hear each other in this situation. Now, I can't find anything concrete about this, but I'm pretty sure the car Pulaski is driving has much more health. It takes countless magazines to put this thing out of action. But in the end, a handy rocket launcher will put the down. And after this mission, only Tenpenny and Big Smoke remain on the board.
Not feeling so fucking full of yourself now, huh?
Yeah, well, them's the brakes, fuck.
Any last requests?
Yeah. Can I fuck your sister?
You an asshole to the end. Punk motherfucker.
Oh, and this happens. This is a fitting end for Pulaski, as he's a mouthy son of a bitch until the end. But before heading back to Los Santos, there's a few more things to tie up in Las Venturas first. St. Mark's Bistro is fan service done right. It's just plain and simple. But before we get to that, Salvatore is getting to know Maria more intimately.
Just feel the weight of the weapon, sweetheart.
I can feel the weight of someone's weapon.
Hey, you're the one to blame on that front.
I'm sure Salvatore had men for the job in Liberty City, but I guess it isn't out there for someone to cross state lines for a hit. And in eternal luck for the three guests, CJ recruits these Muppets last minute, and then lets them go scot-free.
Well, I usually use these two.
Hey, remember all those jobs we did together? Huh? You and me, Carl, remember? Huh? You know, you used to call me Killer Ken. Ken the Killer? Ice Cold Ken. That's me.
And him too, I guess.
Macca seems to be the only one concerned though, as Ken the Killer wants to get out of there.
What about your backup, man? Will you be alright without us?
Of course he will, you fucking moron! Come on!
This mission's actually quite short though, but it's a welcome surprise. Going back to where it all began for the 3D era, CJ now carries out a hit in Liberty City. There were so many rumours back in the day that the whole city was going to be in this game, but the devs squashed these rumours years later.
Private function, invitation only.
Oh yeah? Mr. Leone says otherwise.
Nobody inside the bistro can withstand the AK, so going through this fancy establishment shouldn't cause the player too much hassle, especially with the new revolutionary feature, crouching. Landing back in Las Venturas, Salvatore will get back in touch.
Everybody's talking about the job you did on that St. Mark's Bistro.
Thank you, Mr. Leone.
And you took care of those 3 loose ends?
Yeah, those poor saps ran into a little trouble along the way. You won't be hearing from Mr. Rosenberg again.
Good boy.
And after that, we get an update from Sweet.
You looking after Kendall?
Nah, she looking after me.
I'm through hoping. Have a nice life, brother.
Hold on, man. I'm getting worked out for you. Just hang in there. Sweet.
Here is where the heist would also take place, but as I've covered it, it'd be time to finally go home. That is after a show from this little fella.
I'm sorry, we're just looking for something with a little more, mass appeal.
What could have more mass appeal than a song like Small but perfectly formed? Women want me. Men want to be like me. Asshole!
This is so random, but whatever. Our home in the hills is all about getting back to Los Santos, as Mad Dogg is ready to head back. It just happens to be a place CJ is very familiar with.
My mansion, baby.
Yeah, I heard about that place. Drugs, sex, all that shit.
Yeah, you know it.
Yeah, I've been there. I mean, I've seen it on TV.
But first, the mansion itself needs to be liberated.
Alright, man. My mansion's been seized.
IRS?
Nah, not exactly.
Who?
Nobody.
Who, Mad Dog?
Alright, Big Papa.
Big Papa? The drug dealer?
And no, not by the legendary mathematician.
So, Small Joe, you take your 30-30 and a third chance, minus my 25% chance, and you got an 8 1/3 chance of winning.
Christ, CJ really puts Mad Dogg in his place here, as the journey home becomes the real mission.
You fucking degenerate! Oh, man! How much blow can one guy snort?
It's not my fault, CJ.
Man, I should have let you jump. Come with me, all of you. We all going home.
With most of the crew taking a long way home, Kendall checks in on CJ before he takes a leaf out of Tom Cruise's book. If only parachuting in this game wasn't shit. Yep, I'm gonna say it every time it comes up. After a kind of a stealthy approach, the assault on Mad Dogg's mansion is anything but low-key. Entering the place, this guy has the right idea.
We're heavily outnumbered, but if we all keep our heads, we should kick ass.
Shoot that guy.
There's a few wave of goons to deal with, but nothing too much. And this mission is very similar to Reuniting the Families, as you're going to have to clear the mansion room by room. And it's also an excuse for the devs to use this location again, because much like when you walk through a big old area in a game, you're more than likely going to have to shoot your way out of there. Big Papa tries to make a break for it, but at this point he's just delaying the inevitable. This also happened to me after the mission when I played it years ago. What are the chances? What the hell was going on there? But with the mansion cleared, CJ and the gang can now move in. Oh, and even Rosie checks in.
Who is this?
It's Carl Johnson.
Hey, Carl! Great!
Everyone is here. Well, almost everyone. Someone really needs to control Macca too. You can only imagine how bad it'd be these days. You know what, with online porn being so available. Back then, he'd have to find it in the woods.
You shouldn't be choking the gecko in the first place. Remember what happened to that gig in
That's my
Hamburg?
dog! That groupie loved it!
That wasn't a groupie, that was a roadie.
But she had great tits!
Man tits. They were man tits.
And just when CJ thought he was free of Toreno, the man's got one last job for the Grove Street lad.
Finally, I thought I'd never get through to you.
What the Toreno, is that you?
Vertical Bird goes to show that Toreno is always going to be watching. But thankfully this mission teleports CJ across the map, because at this point I'm really done driving through the countryside.
There's a boat. All the gear you'll need is on board. I'll keep you briefed as you go.
I ain't coming back from this one, am I?
Yes, you are. Don't be ridiculous. Here, take this earpiece. Trust me, do as I say. You'll be home for a blowjob and a bologna sandwich.
I know Toreno was one of this game's loose ends, but man, someone really wanted to make a different kind of game, didn't they? Compared to what CJ would be up to next. This is a massive tonal shift. But this ain't a complaint though, because these sort of missions really help mix things up, especially in the endgame. This mission plays out very much like the last time CJ found himself on a ship, though the objective is very different this time. I thank Christ we don't lose our weapons at this late stage in the game. So it means I can get through this one mostly undetected. The Hydra itself, let's just say it's interesting to control.
Stolen aircraft, prepare to be vaporized.
Did you hear that?
Vaporized. A bunch of bullshit. Ignore them. They shoot at you. It's an international incident.
Now I'm sure many people can master this thing, but I like my video game vehicles to control a bit more arcadey. But anyway, because the government is dysfunctional, Toreno needs a few spy ships taken care of. And man, you've just got to love the back and forth between these two.
You see? Child's play.
You, Toreno! I never want to go through this again!
Getting back to the airstrip, the Hydra is now at CJ's disposal, so there's no need to use the cheat code for it anymore. Screw flying this thing back though, so the jetpack it is. Getting back to Los Santos, the G-Man himself is waiting for CJ.
I got just one tiny little thing for you to do, and then I'm out of your life forever.
You know what? I'm tired of your fucking little jobs.
Ah, will you stop? This is pathetic. Come on, you're embarrassing yourself. Come on, put it down. Don't be ridiculous, okay? Hey, I got a little surprise for you here. You ready for this? Huh? Answer it.
And yeah, he actually stuck to his word.
Hello?
Carl, Sweet.
Oh, sweet!
I don't know what happened. They just released me. No idea what's going on. But I'm in the square outside the precinct in Commerce.
All right, you hold tight. I'll be right there.
All right.
So what was that little job you was talking about, Toreno?
I just want you to go pick up your brother. Get out of here.
Homecoming is true to his title. Sweet is free, so who better to pick him up than CJ?
What's up, bruh?
Hey, what's up, man?
How you doing, bruh?
I'm all right, man. Hey, man, we off to our new spot. We got a mansion, Sweet.
Listing off his accomplishments, this means nothing to Sweet, because all he cares about is the Grove.
Hey, man, let me get you some new clothes. Come on.
New clothes? Nigga, what the fuck is this bullshit? You never did get it, did you, Carl? I need to go check on things in the hood. Man, that's the problem. You always a perpetrator, running from what's real.
Getting back to the Grove has seen better days. Then it's time to claim back some territory. But this is just more wave-based survival stuff. As I've already mentioned, it's a neat idea, but after doing a few of these in a row, it gets a bit stale after a while. And after all that, Sweet still refuses to visit the mansion.
My brother could be a real pain in the ass.
Beat Down on B-Dub shows the real dark side of what's happened to the hood. It's been sucked dry of all its resources, the very people that live there. And now Sweet almost gives in too.
Oh, what the hell you doing?
Man, everything is Kane. And I just want to see what's so good.
If it wasn't for CJ, then Sweet could have ended up like this husk of a human. Sweet's now finally showing some vulnerability. After everything that's happened, it's finally getting to him, whether he likes to admit it or not.
Man, this shit already destroyed the whole hood. I might as well let it destroy me too.
After a few weeks of gameplay, we return to this shithole. But honestly, for many players, it probably took them months, if not a year to get to this point. Another gang territory mission later, the brothers finally confront B-Dub. And Bear Man, this guy's still a slave to the substance. Or is he?
I'm tired
Bear,
of
what the fuck you doing?
I'm tired
Come
of
on, man.
And I'm tired of doing your fucking housework.
Oh, shit.
I'm free.
Thankfully, Bear is ready to get clean. But saving one person just isn't enough.
You gotta love your hood like you love your homies. It's always been that way, and ain't nothing ever gonna change. I done seen it all.
Remember, Grove Street's for life, so Sweet is ready to lead the charge. And there's some real good writing in this game, man, and it probably flew over all our heads back in the day. These two couldn't have more different goals though, but everything leads back to Grove Street.
If you don't get this together, what you think this place gonna look like? You always did real good leaving jobs half finished.
That's cold, Sweet.
Man, we can't take care of this from no bitch-ass rapper's mansion.
Look, the world's bigger than this hood.
This is where our lives begin and where it's probably gonna end. And don't forget where you came from, Mr. Uppity-ass nigga.
Now that ain't fair.
Oh. Somebody just crossed out all the writing on the wall, disrespected your hood, and you act like you don't give a fuck. That ain't fair.
As good as these cutscenes might be, this mission is just, well, another gang territory gimmick. The heart's in the right place, but it all starts to feel a bit repetitive towards the end.
You helped Grove Street family handle those ballers.
Johnson boys rolled right over.
It's finally time for CJ to make up for what he did to Mad Dog, because this is a cutthroat business after all. Can't pull with the real talk here.
Resist, sunshine, you can do it. For me, eh? Fucking Northerners. No, Macca, fight the urge. Think of Thatcher.
But over on the TV, things finally become clear to Mad Dog.
Man, that fake-ass Loke.
Loke? But he's terrible.
Motherfucker. I knew there was something familiar about those rhymes he was kicking. They're from my rhyme book. That's my money. And those are my hoes. And that's my video he's shooting today.
Okay. I say we make a cameo appearance. Just drop in unannounced.
Yeah, that's gangster. Come on.
Thatcher, I love you, Maggie.
Oh, Macca.
Love you, Maggie.
You ain't right in the head, mate.
Christ, Macca is too much, I swear. It's funny to see how far the writing in Rockstar has come. Because look at Macca and then look at what we got in Red Dead Redemption 2. Sure, the studio still has fun with what they write, but they're a lot toned down in certain areas now.
But I'm a fucking raspberry.
You're not a fucking raspberry.
I can't feel my legs, RP. I've wanked the use out of them.
Just stand up, you soppy cunt. Go through this every weekend.
This mission though, it doesn't play out how you'd expect. OG Loke is in the middle of bloody nowhere, and what follows feels like something out of Crash Team Racing.
Give me my rhyme book! Give me back my chain! Give me back my hose!
He busting out! Come on, dog, let's get it!
Because after a brief chase on hovercrafts of all things, for some reason Loke gets on a bloody go-kart. This is such a weird late game mission. And the entire time we have to listen to Loke spout his usual bullshit.
Mad Dog, you a drunk-ass buster!
This mission could have done with more Ice T. I mean Mad Dog cussing them out.
You phony!
Man, you can't prove nothing.
Hey, Jeffrey, you a buster. Straight bitch. You stabbed me and my brother in the back.
Man, I'm an artist. We all make mistakes. Ain't that right, Alki?
You ain't no artist. You's a buster.
Eventually catching up to him, Mad Dog finally gets what's his.
Excuse me, gangster. I don't think so.
Now with all the loose ends tied up, there's just one main thread to deal with now, and this engulfs the whole city.
Bunch of wankers, this is unbearable.
Shut up.
Officers Eddie Pulaski and Frank Tenpenny, both hard-working members of a community policing unit, have been charged with racketeering, corruption, narcotics, and sexual assault.
The jig is up for Tenpenny, and just like real-life events in 1992, the city's had it. The system is broken, and now Los Santos is broken out into riots.
The district attorney's office has seen fit to drop all charges
What?
against this innocent man.
That's bullshit.
You see? You can't trust the system, man.
This surprise decision is wholly unprecedented.
Oh man, ain't no justice. It's just
I
us.
know. I've been arrested numerous times for totally natural behaviour.
Los Santos will burn tonight.
Ain't nobody gonna be riding in my hood.
I don't know about that, Holmes. Look, the whole city is going up. People are fucking pissed off about this.
People don't know what they want. We all being used.
On the way back to Grove Street, the devs finally made Riot Mode canon. And this is how things are going to be until CJ puts things right. Los Santos is in chaos for the endgame, but whilst everything is fucked outside, CJ's got to face some hard truths inside before the next mission, Los Desperados.
Man, when you gonna give me a break?
When you stop acting like you the man. You keep yapping on what you done did, let me tell you what I done did. When Kendall needed shoes, I went out and got the money. When Mom's needed an operation, I robbed people for the bread. While you off in Liberty City thinking about your own shit. For 5 years, come on, man. Now you do something you wanna fucking pray? Nigga, please.
Caesar needs help, and it's finally time for the hoods to unite. Even Sweet approves of this.
Man, I need your help.
Man, I'm kinda busy right now with family shit.
I helped you guys, hombre. It's time you help me and my homies. My hood's screwed up too. We got this neighborhood on lockdown now.
All right, what you need?
It's time to get my old gang back together. Push out those yay-slanging punks, eh?
I know, but I got a lot going on right here in my own hood, man. And I made my brother a promise.
All your brother wants you to do is pay back your debt, CJ.
There's just one thing though, this damn mission just didn't want me to complete it. The premise and mostly the execution is totally fine, but trying to recruit gang members when civilians are running around is just a ball ache. CJ just wants to target anyone but his own, and when he does, if they're engaged in combat, they won't follow CJ. And yeah, most of them are because of all the riots. Even with them on board, driving to the mission isn't all that simple either. These bastards would just sometimes jump out of the car and attack random ballers. This doesn't always happen, but issues like this, and others later in the mission, just waste so much fucking time.
Probably easier when you get to your destination to just, do a George Michael.
Caesar also has something important to get off his chest. I already forgot how much of a cornerstone he is of this game.
I want to ask Kendall the question.
What's the problem? Call her, dude. Here, use my phone.
No, Holmes, the question.
What? Oh, you mean, pop the question? Well, I'm okay with that. You know, I appreciate you asking my permission and shit, but...
Nah, I know you're cool, Holmes, but it's sweet, man. He's the problem. Can you talk to him?
Sure thing, Caesar. I'll talk to him.
But before that, it's time to get Caesar's home turf back. And with this mission, enemies are everywhere, to the point where you really need to learn when these bastards spawn. Oh, and those gang members CJ recruited, they're bloody useless. Clearing the neighborhood is just one stage though, as there's going to be more ground to cover. But it's at this point this mission became the bane of my fucking life the last Sunday I played it.
Now we're going to the Viper's Nest. This is where it gets tough.
Because just look, soon as Caesar needs to be defended, Gal blows him up. And himself. And this just doesn't happen once, but multiple bloody times.
That's a rocket launcher, man. We'll bring the National Guard down on us.
Look around you, CJ. The whole city is a war zone. Come on, I want to take my house back.
Got wrong?
Then Caesar sometimes just randomly dies as well.
I hate this place.
After getting through this mess, the final push is thankfully smooth, even if these guys are carrying some serious hardware. And now with Caesar helped out, Sweet's got a plan to find Smoke. So after hours of taking over gang territories, the two brothers learn where Big Smoke is hiding.
What's up?
It's time for smoke.
Alright, let's roll.
The Johnson brothers finna take that fat fool down.
End of the line is saying CJ's got a handle on himself though. And I'm kinda grateful for this because keeping Sweet alive in this mission would have been a nightmare. Well, this section anyway.
What?
Smoke played me. Tenpenny played me.
They played us all.
Yeah, but you're right. I was a buster when my family needed me the most. Hey, I let Brian die, man.
Besides, CJ needs to do this to make up for everything.
This one for him. For Moms. And for you, bro.
For Grove Street, baby.
Yeah, for the Grove, baby.
So after grabbing a SWAT tank, which is essentially an armoured fire truck, it'd be time to storm the crack factory. This is split into floors, and in the original version ported to PS4, it's nerve-wracking, because checkpoints weren't really a thing in GTA yet. Thankfully, old-fashioned health pickups are in this mission, and armor too. Floor 2 can get messier than any of them, with fire always being a hazard. That and this is a wide area to clear.
Buster!
And then when you're up on the walkways, there's little to no cover. Floor 3 is like the other major missions set inside, so it's a case of clearing out each room down some corridors, and those rival gang members love to pop out from everywhere. Thankfully, as luck would have it, I max out the machine pistols here, so CJ can hold 2 now, which as you guessed it, basically doubles the damage. This makes the trip to the 4th floor much more smoother.
Can I have this?
Arriving in Smoke's private lounge, he doesn't seem all that bothered that his old friend has shot his way up here.
Hey, Smoke!
Hey, CJ, I was wondering when you would show up.
It takes a moment, but Smoke eventually shows his true colors.
You and Tenpenny.
Man, fuck Tenpenny, and fuck his Polish lapdog, and fuck the police, man. Oh, that's old shit. Look at you, you got the whole world. I ain't got no regrets, man.
Smoke, you had...
I made it, CJ, I'm a success. I can't be touched. I don't give a fuck, fuck the whole world.
What happened to you, man?
Man, what the fuck do you care?
This fight is trivialized thanks to the double Uzis though. Even if Smoke does have body armor and backup, they all melt away. Laying there bleeding out, Smoke manages to hold on to what matters to him most, his money, as he fades away.
I got caught up in the money, the power. I don't give a shit. Oh, fuck, man.
Why you just didn't quit, man? We was like family, homie.
I had no choice. I had to do it. I just see the opportunity of when I'm gone, everyone gonna remember my name. Big Smoke. Oh.
To be fair, so many players from my generation still remember his name. It isn't over yet though, as one piece still remains on the board.
Carl Johnson, my man.
Even after everything, it looks like CJ's played right into Tenpenny's hands. Tenpenny's not learned anything after his trial either, as he'll just do it all over again.
So what it's like, Tenpenny? Huh? All alone? Nobody got your back? Suck, huh?
Why you think I'm alone? I got a couple of rookies outside, but I gotta open their eyes slowly, you know. Little truth here, little truth there.
What you catching? A plane?
Ding, 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 ding! Good answer, Carl! You know, you're gonna thank me one day for opening your fucking eyes. Oh, I almost forgot, Carl. Time to die.
Sweet!
What? Mother! It ain't over, Carl. It ain't over.
It's so left field, but you gotta respect CJ for this fake out. Tenpenny also causes his place to go up in flames, which means there's now a timer for the player to escape. Also, Tenpenny changed shotguns between cutscenes. No idea why he downgraded. Night vision and flames make for one awkward escape down the building. That and these guys clearly have no sense of self-preservation. But video games are gonna video games. At least CJ's final escape makes up for all the shit I had to avoid in this one. Then Sweet tries to help, but he clearly didn't think this through.
I ain't letting you get away with all you've done.
Sweet, no!
He's got some real stamina though, as this chase goes all around the city. But he can't hold on forever, so once we catch him, it's time to unload on Tenpenny. Only problem is, rival gang members get involved and this car isn't invincible. And because that wasn't enough, the police want to play too. And because we don't know if they're clean or dirty cops, they've got to go. Turning the corner onto a familiar neighborhood, Tenpenny's luck finally runs out. Even in defeat, he still won't go quietly.
Come on, assholes! I'll take you all! You're mine! Mine! I run this town!
And in the true shift of circumstances, Sweet is the one to hold CJ back this time.
Don't do it, man. He's gone.
I just gotta mention, this scene was at least lit so we could see everyone's faces. It's like the devs over at Rockstar finally realised this at the end. And just like that, CJ gets his closure.
I just want to be sure it's over, man. That's all.
It's cool. Don't need to put a bullet in him. He killed himself in a traffic accident. No one to blame.
See you around, officer.
Now in the closing cutscene, everything gets wrapped up for the main cast of San Andreas. Really, it's just missing Woozie.
For sure. I mean, the family's back on their feet, but we gotta keep shit tight. Because a lot of people has got their eyes on us.
Whoa, 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 whoa. I come in peace with Mr. Dogg here, who has an announcement.
Our first gold record!
Family,
baby! Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, they heard about it.
I decided to get breast implants.
With that, CJ can walk Grove Street again, knowing he's set things right. Oh, and after the credits, there's one last phone call.
I'm just gonna come as hard as I can.
Despite what's happening here, the funny thing is, this is where we finally learn the name of the mute protagonist in GTA 3. Yep, that's right. This phone call is the first time Claude is ever named. Fuck's sake, Rockstar.
Yes, Claude! Faster, harder, deeper! Oh, yes! Yes, yes!
Catalina, you sick! Get help!
When it comes to the trophies for this port of San Andreas, the PS4 version is actually really lenient. Well, when you compare it to GTA 3 and Vice City anyway, especially that PS4 port of Vice City, nothing really gave me any hassle in this one. Sure, the Chick Magnet trophy is a bit nebulous, but you get there eventually.
You've been a naughty girl.
And collecting all the cars was nowhere near as much of a hassle as it was in GTA 3. And it also helps that this game plays like a modern game, with it actually having camera controls, unlike the other two which are a bit rudimentary today. The list for the definitive edition of this game though, all I can say is fuck that. 100% in San Andreas is no joke, and I'm glad I got to avoid it. You'll have to sink some real time into something like that, and I don't envy Adam over at Platinum Journey for doing this. It looks like the man was torturing himself. I would like to say one day, who knows, I might play the definitive edition and get the Platinum, but nah, not for me.
Fine.
Okay,
Go, I ain't gonna miss you.
goodbye!
And that's Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, and well, really the PS2 trilogy. All three of these games dominated the generation, especially San Andreas, even if Vice City is still my favourite. And it was eye-opening going back to play these one after the other, to see how Rockstar built upon each iteration, what they improved, what they took away, and what they added in. In my mind, all three of these games are comparable, but no, San Andreas is a step above the other two. And going back to this game after years of life experience, now almost in my mid-30s, I can really appreciate the writing here, because as I kept mentioning over and over again, a lot of this shit flew over my head back in the day.
Man, when you gonna give me a break?
When you stop acting like you the man.
In the process of making this and the other two videos, GTA 6 got delayed what, 2 more times? Now I know I'm dating this video, but we'll see if it hits that most latest date. And just for a little look behind the curtain, I really wanted these 3 videos to come out just before GTA 6, because you know, algorithms and shit like that. But fuck me, I guess.
Boom! Asshole.
Thanks to anyone that made it this far. This video is so much longer than I initially planned it to be. So if you want to help a lad out, throw me a like and maybe a sub. As for the next video, it won't be an open world game, because I need a break from this sort of thing. I've heard Antarctica is nice this time of year, so I might just pay Outpost 31 a visit.
What the hell?
But until then, I've been Ben Roy, and until next time, no more games.
Man, damn! How you do that?